Game of the year, Sergio Momesso's third period goal won it for the Canucks, but it wasn't the biggest game. This one is.
CHEK Television Sports presents Canucks NHL Hockey. Tonight, live from the Pacific Coliseum, another Smythe Division battle as the Canucks host the Winnipeg Jets. Canucks NHL Hockey is brought to you by Molson Canadian. What beer's all about.
Fourth place in the NHL Smythe Division directly on the line tonight at the Pacific Coliseum. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dave Hodge, and needless to say, it's a pleasure to be able to bring you this game from us and from you out there. Thank you to a lot of people who made it possible. It doesn't get much simpler than this. The winner goes on to the playoffs, and the loser is eliminated. Only a tie could further complicate matters, taking it right down to Winnipeg's 80th game of the season, which is in Edmonton on Sunday. Otherwise, we're going to know who's in fourth place by tonight's result, if there is a winner tonight. The Canucks will no doubt continue to rely on ex-St. Louis Blues for goals. Courtnall, Momesso, Ronning, 5 each since the trade deadline, tying Trevor Linden for the team lead during that time. Well, the Vancouver Canucks are going to go with Troy Gamble in goal, despite the fact that he has not fared well against Winnipeg in one full game and part of another. Bob Mason held the Jets to a goal here last week, but it's Troy Gamble in his first outing in 10 days, starting this very important game. There really wasn't a choice for the Winnipeg Jets. Bob Essensa has played most of the games against the Canucks and all the games down the stretch. He'll be trying to beat the Canucks for the 5th time this season. Everybody in and around Vancouver has heard talk about how the Canucks are preparing for this game. We thought we'd ask Phil Housley about the Winnipeg Jets' attitude after they were beaten here a week ago. Phil Housley can tell us now.
Playing with a lot of composure and not get too over-emotional, and just sticking to our game plan, which is playing well defensively, and when we have chances to score, we have to bury them.
Undoubtedly looking forward to describing this game in the broadcast booth, and let's get their pregame comments now. CKNW's Jim Robson and Tom Larscheid.
When you play an 80-game schedule, Game 1 is supposed to be just as important as Game 80. But Tom Larscheid, it looks like Game 80 is the most important game of the year.
Hey, the Turtle Derby has turned into a slugfest tonight. Well, forget it, Jim. This is really what it's all about. I think it's, from a player's standpoint, what a tremendous challenge this is for both teams to play a winner-take-all game. It's over if you lose. You go on to that second season if you win. A sellout crowd. It'll be very exciting for them tonight. This is what it's all about. It should be a great hockey game.
What are the major differences between the two teams?
The major differences between the two teams, Jim, quite honestly, I would have to say is special teams. Penalty killing, excellent for Winnipeg. Their power play in the middle of the pack, but it's decent. The Canucks are in the bottom in special teams. I think that hurts them. Goaltending, Bob Essensa has now, 3 years under his belt, 4 shutouts this year, very impressive goals against average with a team that's been very weak. But this is just one game, and the team that makes the fewest mistakes and scores the most goals, I know that's crazy, they're going to win tonight.
Okay, Tom, coming up, the opening face-off in this do-or-die battle for a playoff spot.
Glory.
The opening face-off is brought to you by OK Tire and the Toyo 600 Plus 4 high-performance all-season radial. OK Tire and Toyo are driven to perform.
Well, the Pacific Coliseum is jam-packed, and the crowd's already in this game. Andy Van Hellemond, 18 years an NHL referee. Working tonight, the linesmen are Swede Knox, his 17th season, Mike Civic in his 3rd season.
Well, the two guys that are on the hot seat are the goaltenders tonight in this big game. Bob Essenza for Winnipeg, goals against average 3.15, 19 wins this year, 4 shutouts. 23-year-old Troy Gamble for the Canucks. Maybe a surprise starter, but he's in the between the pipes tonight with his 15 wins, 349 goals against average, and 1 shutout, and this big game is underway.
Play in the Vancouver zone. Doug Lidster back with the puck. He's on defense with Dirk. Up front, it's Ronning at center between Linden and Courtnall, and up the ice they come as a pass at the hit to Courtnall. Put it in as Donnelly bumped him solidly in front of the net, and will expect an aggressive game tonight. Linden goes in to throw a check back at the goal. Lidster pinching in to keep the puck in Winnipeg territory. Now it comes out, and Eddie Olczyk couldn't catch up with it as Robert Dirk is back for the puck. Chased by Olczyk into the corner. Dirk put it along the boards. It's blocked. Olczyk tried to center it. It's put back to the corner. Picked off on the boards by McDermott. His pass intercepted by Courtnall. To Linden at center. Moving in on Carlisle. Carlisle slowed him up. Donnelly, the other defenseman for the Jets, cleared the puck to center ice. Lidster ahead to Courtnall. Tipped off his stick, and he was pretty loose at the Winnipeg line. Puck picked up by Ronning out of the corner. Oh, a shot by Lume is blocked, and the Jets come out 3-on-1. Puck brought in over the line. This is Steen passing it off. A pass across, tipped away off of Gerald Diddick, as Pat Elenick had the chance from the left wing, but he was in pretty deep, and his shot appeared to hit Diddick.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful way to execute a 3-on-1. Winnipeg did it perfectly, except they didn't score. Diddick played goaltender. Gamble would have been beaten. He was out of the play. So a fine defensive play, maybe a little lucky by Canuck defenseman Diddick.
The Jets with an early 3-on-1. We played a minute and a half, no score. Played deep in Winnipeg territory. Puck taken along into the corner by Olesen, starting up for the Jets. On the left boards at center, Perrine, the Soviet player, is decked by Tom Kurvers. And Vancouver start out Igor Larionov with the puck. Larionov into the Winnipeg zone on the right to Steve Bozak. Bozak turning on the right board, hook to the ice. Play goes on. As Marchment hauling down, you hear the reaction of the crowd. Scott Arneal for Winnipeg. On the right to Harin, shooting the puck into the Vancouver zone. Kurvers goes to it back of Troy Gamble as Kumpel goes in on Kurvers. A turnover as Kumpel center the puck, and it's cleared away from in front. Capuano carrying the puck for Vancouver in on Marchment. Puck taken into the corner, and Kumpel manages to put it back at the net. Momesso throws a check on the inboard. Capuano trying to dig out the puck. Momesso goes to it in the corner. He's tied up by Eagles along the boards. Capuano coming out with the puck, working into the front of the net. And Essenza cleared the puck away from in front of the goal, and Scott Arneal flips it out. Kumpel, a fast skater, right wing at center, dumping the puck in.
Over 2.5 minutes without a whistle. The play is frantic. Both teams skating well, and this is the kind of game we thought it would be.
Nedved drops it to Sandlak to shoot. And Essenza handled it without any trouble as Sandlak put the shot right along the ice. Puck is tipped into Winnipeg territory. Hustling and after it is Falk. Falk checked by Teppo Newman. And Winnipeg get possession as Evans goes back of the goal. Doug Evans starting up for the Jets. To McElwain to Evans, left side and center. Slaps the puck in. Gamble turned it high off the glass and into the seats.
Great start to this hockey game. As we take a break, the score, the Canucks nothing, the Jets nothing. This is NHL hockey in Vancouver. What a difference a year can make in the coaching business in the National Hockey League. Just ask Bob Murdoch. Won the Jack Adams Trophy last year as the NHL's Coach of the Year as he led the Jets to 85 points. They were one of the real surprise teams in the league. They're 22 points below that total, fighting for their life here tonight. Bob Murdoch played 12 NHL seasons for Montreal, LA, Atlanta, and Calgary, and now he's the coach of Winnipeg, and this is the biggest game, I think, of maybe his career, because there's some talk that they don't win this one, Bob Murdoch might not be the coach in Winnipeg.
Essenza out of his goal to cover up a bouncing puck, and that stops the play for a face-off in the Jet zone.
One thing we know about Pat Quinn, 46 years old, took over from Bob McCammon. he probably will be back as coach next year, although he has not said that officially. But I think most people think that Quinn will maintain all three big positions of president, general manager, and head coach again next year. But he's not thinking about next year right now. They need to win this game to make the playoffs this season.
Doug Linster with the puck. Slams it off the boards into Winnipeg territory. It's tipped around on the boards. Rob Murphy trying to dig it out. Volk throws a check on the boards. As Dirk moves up to keep it in, he's pinned by McDermott. Here's Volk with a chance. Trying to center it for Sandlak. It bounces around in front of the goal, and now it's brought out by McDermott. McDermott shoots it high over the Vancouver net. It bounces to Gamble, put it to the side to Dirk. On the left boards to Volk. Gary Volk tried to clear it out, but it tipped over the glass into the seats.
What a bonus it would be if Vancouver's fourth line could somehow come up with a goal in this hockey game. It's not likely to happen because they are really in a drought. Gary Volk, who was a pleasant surprise when he was called up this year, he got 10 goals in about 20 games. That young man has now gone 29 games without a goal. He is really in a drought. Jim Sandlak, 21 games without a goal. Rob Murphy has 1 goal in his last 18 games. And that's why Jim Robson called them the hungry line. Maybe they're a little desperate tonight, but they've gone a long time without a key goal, Jim. But if they could get one in this 80th regular season game for the Vancouver Canucks tonight, and they can win and make it in the playoffs, everything would be fine.
Trevor Linden carries the puck right wing at center. Long slap shot high over the Winnipeg goal. The puck centered. Oh, Ronning went to the front of the net, but the puck was tipped high and out of play as a hard pass by Courtnall went to the front of the net.
This has really been an impressive line since the March 5th trading deadline when Pat Quinn acquired Ronning and Courtnall from St. Louis, teamed them up with Trevor Linden. And one thing about Courtnall, Linden's starting a rush on that last one, and he just fired it in, but Courtnall hustling to get to the puck as it came off the boards. And we didn't quite see that, but he sent it over in front, and Ronning, he's really been impressive. Ronning is averaging a point a game since he became a Vancouver Canuck, and those are good numbers. 5 goals, 5 assists.
Face off in Winnipeg territory. The Jets have made a change in the line matchups. They had Steen out against Ronning, and now it'll be Eagles to take the draw against Ronning. To the left of Estenza, the backup goaltender for Winnipeg is Rick Tabaracci. The backup goaltender for Vancouver is Bob Mason. Kirk McLean is still injured. Steve McKeegan is a 4th goaltender on the Canuck roster, not dressed. Now the face-off, won by Vancouver. Linden drops it back to Gerald Diddick, winds up and shoots. It tipped wide of the net. Humble put the puck off the boards and down the ice. And Diddick goes back for the puck. Chased by Eagles, formerly with Quebec and Chicago. Lume's pass intercepted in the neutral zone, and Gord Donnelly shoots the puck right back in. Diddick starting out. Now to Trevor Linden, the Vancouver club's most valuable player for the 2nd consecutive year. He lost possession in the neutral zone, but Diddick went over and took out Kumpel, and Ronning picks up the loose puck. Nearing the 5-minute mark, first period, no score. The winner goes to the playoffs. The loser is out. If there's a tie, we wait to the last game of the season in Edmonton when Winnipeg plays there Sunday to see who's in. Eagles at center, dumps the puck into Vancouver territory. The Jets make a full change.
Oh, you talk about a player in a drought. How about Mike Eagles of Winnipeg? 42 games without a goal. He must have pictures. He dresses every night. I don't know.
Puck is dumped into Winnipeg territory by Dana Merson. Frederick Olofsson back to get the puck. Olofsson from back of the net. And it's tipped down the ice. This might be an icing, a race for the puck. Curvers goes to it back of the net. Icing called on Winnipeg.
And we'll take a break. With the score, the Canucks nothing, the Jets nothing. We'll have more hockey action in a moment. Time of this regular season, Winnipeg has already won the series with 4 victories, 2 losses, and a tie. A couple of the games very close, 2-1 wins for the Jets. Of course, the Canucks with that big 3-1 win the last time that they met.
Here in Vancouver, the Canucks have won 1, the Jets have won 2. This is their 4th and final, of course, in this building. Randy Carlyle from back of the net, his 15th year in the league. Beating a pass up to Steen, the captain of the Jets. Thomas Steen at center, dumped the puck into the Vancouver zone. Elenick lost his stick going after the puck. Steen tried to center it from the corner. Merson banked it around on the boards. Bozak catching up with it. Steve Bozak, left wing at center, cuts to the middle. Into the Jet zone. On the right for Jay Mazer. Had the puck go into his skates, couldn't handle the pass. Merson back at his own line. Watched by Heron. And the puck is shot into Winnipeg territory. Larianov hustling into forecheck as Carlisle put the puck up on the boards. Sergei Heron, to say the K is silent. Now the puck is brought to the neutral zone by McElwain into Vancouver territory. Just dumped the puck in. No score. We played 6 minutes and 20 seconds. Loose puck in the Vancouver zone. Lindster lost it, and a backhander by McElwain went off the target. Puck dug out of the board by Perrin. Now it's back towards the point, intercepted by Capuano. Capuano surrounded by Jets, so he dumps the puck in. Bill Housley back after it. Housley came right out of high school in Minnesota into the NHL, and he's been a standout every year. Shoots the puck deep into the Vancouver zone. Lindster back for it. Taken to the corner. Checked by Hughes. Puck is still along the boards in the Vancouver zone. Deep in the corner to the right of Gamble. Puck is kicked loose back of the net. Robert Dirk takes over there. Robert Dirk, who spends his summers in Kelowna. A long pass, just missed Capuano, trying to get into the clear at the Winnipeg blue line. Now the play is called offside.
Doug Evans is a great role player for Winnipeg. He's a very competitive guy, short but stocky at 5'9", 185, and he was acquired from St. Louis for Ron Wilson. He doesn't have a whole lot of what you call natural skills as far as the soft hands and the good shot, but he's the kind of guy that wins battles along the boards, kind of an unsung hero type, and they're happy with Doug Evans in Winnipeg.
And speaking of unsung hero, the Canucks had their awards announced prior to the game tonight, although they didn't have the usual presentations. And Steve Bozak is a popular choice as Vancouver's unsung hero this season. And there's no surprise in that. Play in the Vancouver zone. Jim Sandlak on the right wing. It's sent it to Rob Murphy. Poked the puck into the Winnipeg zone as he's taken out on the boards by Newman. Crashing into the corner of Sandlak, but he fell. And Donnelly gets the puck up to his blue line. Now it's controlled by Eddie Olczyk. And over the Vancouver line, offside, as McDermott was dragged in early.
Can you believe only one shot on goal so far in the first 7.5 minutes of this hockey game, and that by Vancouver? Eddie Olczyk came over to Winnipeg on the 10th of November in a big trade with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Up until about 2 weeks ago, when he came down with viral pneumonia, he was Winnipeg's best player. In 59 games with the Jets, he has scored 55 points, almost a point a game, and 13 power play goals. That's the best on the Winnipeg team. But Eddie O, as they call him, has gone a little silent lately, and I think a lot of it had to do with his ill health and coming back, but he has not really performed that well in Winnipeg's last 3 games.
Vancouver's goal comes off at supports. Olczyk is centering Sykes and McDermott. Sykes was cut in the pregame warm-up and had a few stitches, but he's out there playing.
Yeah, even if you take stitches, that's the remarkable thing about these hockey players. I always admire that they'll go in and take 8, 10, 12 stitches, put a Band-Aid on it, and they're right back in the action. Phil Sykes, a college hockey player out of the University of North Dakota. He's from Dawson Creek, British Columbia, Phil Sykes. Of course, when he was on University of North Dakota's team way back in '82, they were the NCAA champions. He once scored 20 goals, too, for the LA Kings before he came over to Winnipeg in a trade for Brad Jones.
Face-off in the Vancouver zone nearing the 8-minute mark. Olofsson, a long shot, hit a body in front of the net. Vault comes up with the puck. On the right wing to Sandlak. Over the Winnipeg line, moving in on Carlisle. Pass flip to Rob Murphy. Turning in the right board. Vault was all alone in front of the net, but the pass didn't get through to him. Vault from back of the goal. Centering the puck, it bounces to Sandlak. Couldn't get a shot. McDermott checked him right in front of the net. Sykes back for Winnipeg. Crisscrossing with Olczyk, who winds up in shoots, and his wrist shot went high. And the puck is scooped up and held by goaltender Troy Gamble.
Troy Gamble, 23 years old, top draft choice of the Canucks in the 2nd round. He's won 15 hockey games this year, had great success in the first 2 months of the season, and kind of went into a little bit of a slump himself. Of course, it's well documented that he's had 3 or 4 concussions, being hit in the head in practice as well as games, but he has the medical clearance. He practiced with the team in Calgary. He's got a new helmet now, too, a little more cushion. But, you know, he wanted to play in this game so badly. He was looking for the OK sign, and Jim Robson and I were right down by the boards this morning when he skated over, and he said, "Coach, am I in?" He said, "I told you were in." He said, "That concerns me. You didn't hear me. I'm just double-checking." Hasn't had to face too much yet, though.
He's from New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. Played his junior in Medicine Hat and Spokane. Capuano dumps the puck into Winnipeg territory. Essenza stops it at the side of the goal, flips it off the boards. It bounces to Curvers. Now it's scooped over the glass and out of play.
Well, Tom Curvers is never going to have to worry about that. He was the guy that was in the trade that they lost out in the Eric Lindros deal, because Quebec is definitely going to have the first pick now. Toronto is not going to finish dead last. First, Curvers came to Vancouver for Brian Bradley. Tom Curvers has shown things offensively that are very encouraging about his play. And of late, he's been working much harder without the puck when he's in the other end of the rink, and he still needs to work a great deal on the defensive part of his game.
A shot by Momesso just went wide of the net as Curvers set up Momesso. And now the Jets ice the puck as Mersen's backboard. Icing is called on Winnipeg.
And we'll take a break. The score, the Canucks nothing, the Jets nothing, from the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver. Well, Mike Eagles is out there now with his line mates of Mark Kumpel and Scott Arneal. 8.5 minutes has been played here at the Pacific Coliseum, and the total shots on goal are 1-0 in favor of Vancouver. It doesn't get any tighter than this.
Playing Winnipeg territory, and the puck is out to Momesso. His shot is blocked. Bouncing off Eagles, who hustles in on Dana Mersen. To Curvers. Curvers turning inside his own line, handed the puck away. And the puck is shot into Vancouver zone by Donnelly. Mersen back of the net. Tall young man from Calgary, Alberta. Now to Peter Nedved, who defected in Calgary, Alberta. Momesso's shot deflects way up into the seats and out of play.
Sergio Momesso, big, strong guy, and as he scored some big goals for Vancouver since coming over from St. Louis. The two that he got against Winnipeg the last time they met. The first one didn't come until the third period in the scoreless tie. The second one proved to be the winner. Momesso in 10 games in a Vancouver Canucks uniform now has 7 points, and of those 7 points, 5 are goals.
Face off just inside the Winnipeg blue line. Ronning against Steen. Jets get possession. Housley banking it back of the net for Marchment, the young defenseman who hasn't played the last 7 games, but he's in the lineup tonight. Now the play is called in the neutral zone for two-line pass, so there'll be a face-off in the center ice area.
Phil Housley, he is really the quarterback now for the Winnipeg Jets. Randy Carlyle provided that role for quite a while. He's older, a little long in the tooth, but Housley, they gave up a lot. Dale Howard-Chuck went to Buffalo. Housley comes to Winnipeg, and his numbers are terrific this year. 75 points. He's already set a record for the most goals and most assists by a Winnipeg defenseman.
Housley leads the Jets in scoring. Trevor Linden at his own line. Took a bump from Steen, who's the complete hockey player. Dirk goes back to get the puck. Out of the left corner to Courtnall. Tips it to Ronning. He's got Linden on his right as they come in on the defense. The pass for Linden is steered away as the play was broken up by Marchment. Here's a loose puck picked up now by Herron. Herron cutting in on goal. He dekes. He centered it, and it's Gamble blocked it. Another shot missed the net. Herron tried a shot from the left boards. It's blocked by Ronning. Now a long pass to Courtnall, but it's offside. A two-line pass. Well, the Soviet player, Sergei Herron, tried a shot from a sharp angle, but didn't surprise Gamble.
No, and Gamble still, they haven't put up an official shot on goal, although I thought that was certainly a save on his part, but he came right out and got the right pad on it. I think that should really be credited as a shot on goal.
For the game's first penalty, Pat Elenick is getting 2 minutes for slashing at 9:56. So Vancouver gets an early power play opportunity, and Elenick doesn't take too many penalties. Pat Elenick from Foam Lake, Saskatchewan. That's Bernie Federko's hometown.
Well, the Canucks power play has really been sputtering of late, and I'll tell you, they'll have to really be on top of their game because Winnipeg has some of the best penalty killing in the NHL, second best in the league. They really get after you when they're shorthanded.
Ronning starting out of his own zone to Linden. Brings the puck into Winnipeg territory. Olofsson goes to him. Linden played it back to the point, and it tipped to the neutral zone. Well, we have a contestant on the power play contest. Bob Morton of Courtenay, BC, with an entry from TV Guide in Overweighty. $148 in the jackpot means that $100 goes to minor hockey in the Comox Valley from Overweighty and Save On Foods. Playing Winnipeg territory. Linden on the left boards near the corner. Behind the net for Ronning. Essenza dives on the puck at the side of the net, covering it up to stop the play.
So important to be able to set up in the offensive zone when you have the man advantage. And often the Canucks shoot it in, and it just gets shot right back out. That time, after Lister was forced, Winnipeg lining right up at the blue line. Curvers made a nice play at the left point to be able to keep it on side and then move it over to Courtnall. As it turned out, Essenza was able to smother the puck and get the whistle. But the faceoff now is in the Winnipeg zone. And now Linden would love to win this draw to keep it on side, and they'll be able to set up and maybe get a good scoring chance.
Linden and Eagles on the...
And if the Canucks should win this hockey game, I would think before it's over, Courtnall will be somewhere in the scoring sheet, I would think.
Now face-off in the Canucks zone. Vancouver still on the power play as Eagles goes into face-off against Peter Nedved. Eagles won the draw cleanly. Puck is brought out to center by Mark Kumpel. Then he dumps it down the ice to do some more fine penalty killing. And as Tom mentioned, the Jets' penalty killing is excellent, second best in the league. Lume with a pass in the neutral zone to Momesso. Lost control of the puck. Blocked it near the blue line as the puck is... Diddick has to reorganize in the neutral zone. Dumps the puck in. Nedved going after it, but the play is called offside with only 5 seconds left in Elenick's penalty.
I think Eagles did a good job to pin Momesso, knock him over the blue line there, as it looked like finally the Canucks were going to be able to work it through. But, Jimmy, just love the way Winnipeg, very aggressive with their 2 penalty killers up front. The defense then sits on...
The Skips of Raisin. Kellogg's Raisin Bran.
You have to be just pouring in there and win that battle for the loose puck along the boards to keep it on side. If you don't, it's going to just be shot right down at the other end. And Winnipeg has been very successful. It's very simple. Good hard work by the point guys and the defensemen back there to get those loose pucks and knock it down the ice. Pretty tough to score against Winnipeg, and that's why their penalty killing is second best in the league.
They're now back at full strength. No score in the game. Play in the neutral zone. Elenick's penalty has expired.
Well, the Canuck defense is trying to stand up well tonight, too, and Doug Lister was able to hit little Mike Eagles right at center ice area, just upended him a perfect check. A much similar check that Lister put on Eddie Olczyk the last time these two teams met.
Play in the Winnipeg zone. Puck centered out in front. A quick shot. Oh, just picked wide as Sandlak just missed the target. A hit on the boards by Lume. A shot stopped by Essenza. Pass behind the net to Rob Murphy. Tried to come in front but lost control of the puck. Sykes bumped by Diddick, who knocked him off stride, but the puck is played to the Vancouver line. Loose in the neutral zone. Olczyk's pass intercepted by Volk, who just got rid of the puck. It slides all the way in on the Winnipeg goaltender, and then McDermott ran Volk, and they have a little exchange. I think McDermott's going to come out of this with a penalty. And now there's others involved back at the Winnipeg goal.
It's Sandlak and Donnelly. I believe it's Sandlak of the Canucks, or Rob Murphy. I think it's Rob Murphy and Donnelly. Donnelly, of course, a real tough guy.
Yeah, he'd better keep Donnelly pinned on that back of that net.
Well, I'll tell you, Rob Murphy's no slouch either. We remember the old haymaker he landed on Cam Neely in Boston. He split his nose open, and he had a couple of battles with Kite the other night in Calgary. Rob Murphy is showing that he's not afraid to stand up to the NHL tough guys. They're both going to get penalties, and Murphy.
There was a heavy hit on the boards by
Volk,
McDermott on Volk,
and
Volk took exception to that. But I guess they're not going to get penalties. Oh, yes,
Do you know? Well, Murphy was chasing in that loose puck that was handled and held by Essenza, and Donnelly actually started to do the old mug job on him, give him the glove in the face routine, and Rob Murphy took offense to that and said, well, how would you like one? And they end up in the...
Number 12, Stan Smeel. Do you think we'll ever see another number 12 in a Vancouver game?
No, I don't think we ever will, Jim. You mentioned that. I don't know what Stan Smeel will do next year. He played 896 career games for the Canucks, and that's where it stops. Many say the Steamer might hang it up, and one day that number 12 is going to hang from the rafters.
Dirk at the left point takes a long shot. It deflects off a body in front, goes to the boards. Mazur going after it in the right corner. Now for Bozak, who's bumped off the puck by Numanen. Numanen put it on the right boards, and it's clear to the neutral zone. 25 seconds left in the first period. Beautiful day in Vancouver today for the Winnipeg visitors. Sunny, lots of blossoms around. A few clouds around tonight. So much for the weather forecast as the puck is dumped deep into Winnipeg territory. 10 seconds left in the period. Winnipeg leading 1-0. Jets deep in their own zone. They'll kill the remaining time in the period. Elenick taking his time, putting the puck on the boards to Steen at center. The time runs out as he shot from long range. The first period is over.
Well, it was the first period that didn't have a whole lot of excitement, although there were a couple of pretty good chances at either end, but a good period for the Winnipeg Jets. They came out, didn't worry about getting shots on Gamble, were content to really play well defensively, and they did that, and their penalty killing was particularly sharp. The Canucks really didn't even get a smell with their two-man advantages, and Winnipeg has the lead after the first 20 minutes.
Vancouver outshot Winnipeg 5-4 in that first period, but after one period, the score, the Jets won, the Canucks nothing.
The second period face-off is brought to you by OK Tire and the Toyo 600 Plus 4 high-performance all-season radial. OK Tire and Toyo are driven to perform.
We're going to the second period at the Pacific Coliseum, and that power play goal by Danton Cole has Bob Essenza and the Winnipeg Jets leading 1-0. Tom?
Jim, we've put a stopwatch on a couple of players tonight. Housley of the Jets and Trevor Linden of the Canucks. Housley logged 5 minutes and 42 seconds of ice time in the first period. He was also Winnipeg's leading shooter with 2 shots on goal of their 4 shots. Linden, 7 minutes and 33 seconds. But Linden did not have a shot on goal. The Canucks only had 5, of which Jyrki Lumi had 2 of those 5 shots for Vancouver. Cole, the only goal of the hockey game for Winnipeg on a Jet power play.
Teams at full strength starting the second period. Canucks in their home white. Winnipeg Jets in their road blue uniforms trimmed in red and white. And right away an icing call against the Jets as Doug Lidster and his mates move down the ice for this face-off in Winnipeg territory.
Well, it's players like Doug Lidster who have been around the league for quite a while. They need to certainly exert some leadership and be able to make some big plays. Lidster awarded as the Canucks' best defenseman for this season. He won the Babe Pratt Trophy. And most deserving, too. Doug has been a terrific blue liner for the Canucks for the last 6 or 7 years. Just signed a new contract, too.
It's the 4th time now that he's won that Best Defenseman award in a Vancouver uniform. Here's a chance by Linden, and a shot stop, running from back of the net, throw down in front of the Cardinal. Oh, he just failed to jam it in. Close call. Puck still deep in Winnipeg territory along the boards. Now Kumpel turns with it and brings it out. Mark Kumpel's pass up in the neutral zone on the boards for Eagles, who dumps it in. Gamble comes out of his goal to play the puck to the boards. Eagles going in after it, but it bounces to Courtnall. Up to running along the left boards, couldn't reach the pass. Eagles at center, dumping the puck in the Vancouver zone as Winnipeg now make a line change. Lidster on defense with Dirk as Lidster feeds the puck to running. Back to Lidster. Nice pass to Courtnall. Coming in on goal, a backhander. Essenza made the save, and right away he's tested early in this second period by this line of running Linden and Courtnall. That was a great chance for Courtnall. Linden at the line with Courtnall, but they go offside at the Winnipeg blue line. 2 very good scoring chances in the opening minute of the second period by the Canucks. They had a big flurry just a little bit earlier. And it started with a Trevor Linden shot from about 12 feet out. Linden jumping on a loose puck, and he was able to snap it. He was trying to go down low between the pads. Then Ronning centered it in front. Courtnall was right there. Now, remember I talked about Mike Eagles, 42 games without a goal. But what a great job defensively, Mike Eagles. He plays goaltender. Then Courtnall comes in, and he really was forced to just try that backhander and hope that he could drive it through. And again, Essenza, who's playing very well for Winnipeg again tonight, made the save. Play back in the Vancouver zone. Diddick is knocked down. The puck is loose. Sykes going after it. Can't get control of the puck. Now McDermott's pass is intercepted by Bulk. Cleared the puck to the neutral zone, and it's picked off there by Olofsson. Steered back into the Vancouver zone. Gerald Diddick back for the puck. McDermott rode him in with a solid check. Puck along the end boards deep in the Vancouver zone. The Jets putting on some pressure now as Carlisle shot deflects. Rebound, they score! Phil Sykes scooped it in. Sykes makes it 2-0 Winnipeg. Good shot from the left point by Carlisle. Right on. Gamble kicked it out. And Gary Volk had some difficulty picking up his man. He was there, but give Winnipeg lots of credit. They're fighting through these checks tonight. And Sykes was able to do just what he's supposed to do, and that's go to the net, fought the check off from the Canuck forward,
and banged it home. The 12th goal of the year for Phil Sykes, and this really quiets this hometown crowd as Winnipeg leads 2-0.
Carlisle will certainly get an assist with a shot from the left point, and Ed Olczyk gets the second assist. 1:31 into the second period, the time of the goal, and that's a huge goal. Pat Hellenick coming in on goal, drops it back. Oh, a high shot by Herin went over top the Vancouver goal. And the crowd, you have a feeling in this building, they're ready to jump off the bandwagon and start giving the Canucks a bit of a bad time here, as there's a certain feeling in the building that the Canucks are in deep trouble, and you can tell that by looking on the scoreboard. That's a big goal by Sykes.
Well, that goal was against the trend of the play, too. The Canucks starting very quickly in the second period, had a couple of pretty good chances themselves, but Winnipeg so far is playing the perfect road game. Very impressed with their effort tonight.
Steen with the puck at the Vancouver line. Flipped it through on the right to Housley, but it's offside as Herin went in a little early on the play.
Pat Quinn has taken over from Bob McCammon as the Canucks coach. He thinks that he has a team that could really do something in the playoffs if they were able to win this game. But the way things are looking right now, it might be wait till next year. 17:43 remaining in the second period. Goals by Cole and Sykes. Maybe a couple of role players, unsung heroes, have pulled the trigger for Winnipeg in this very important game between these two Smythe Division opponents.
The winner goes on to the playoffs. The loser is out. Although Winnipeg has one more game to play Sunday in Edmonton. This is the Canucks' 80th and final game, and it's the first time in their 21 years in the league that their 80th game has been this important. They've been in close races for playoff spots before, but not right down to the last game. 2 minutes, 23 seconds gone, second period.
The Winnipeg team, watching them this morning take their skate. Bob Murdoch was out on the ice with his team. They went for about 15 minutes, and he made the whole team get off the ice. You know, a lot of guys like to stay out, shoot the puck, work on the power play, but not today. And they were just happy to be back here to have another crack at the Canucks, and right now they're making the best of it.
Former Islander coach Terry Simpson working alongside of Murdoch at the Winnipeg bench. As the Jets come in again, here's McElwain with a shot on the right side, well off the target. Evans fanned on the puck on the boards, and it's brought up by Peter Nedved. He's got Momesso with him, 2-on-2. The pass to Momesso is intercepted. Newmanen back there to tip it aside. Evans with the puck for Winnipeg, deep in his own zone to Gord Donnelly. Now it's Evans at center with the puck in on the Vancouver defense on the right to McElwain, and his return pass for Evans just out of his reach as Lidster took Evans to the ice. And the puck now bounces out of play at the Winnipeg bench.
The score, the Jets 2 and the Canucks no score. This is NHL hockey in Vancouver. Well, who said that the Edmonton Oilers have packed it in early? They were down 4-0 to the Calgary Flames. They have fought back with 4 unanswered goals. The last one by Joe Murphy to tie up the game at 4-4 at the Saddle Dome, and that's in the third period.
That's Murphy's second goal of that game. And here we have Winnipeg leading Vancouver 2-0. Play in the neutral zone as Courtnall's being checked off the puck by Kumpel. Lume's pass intercepted by Olofsson, and the Jets are playing it letter perfect right now, leading 2-0. And they've held the Canucks to 9 shots on goal so far in Vancouver. Lume goes back to get the puck back of his net. Jyrki Lume, the tall Finn, feeds it up to Ronning. Took a bump from Fredrik Olofsson as the puck now is picked up by Lume. Chased by Eagles, is a fine defensive player. Now it's Lume, and now Linden with the puck at center. On the right to Ronning, in on the defense, winds up and shoots, and it tipped wide off of Olofsson's stick. Puck along the boards as Linden digs it out. Now to Courtnall. His shot deflects just wide, and Ronning was in front screening the goaltender. Puck behind the Winnipeg goal. Olofsson picked it off there and flips it up now to Eagles. Eagles gets the center and just slides it down the ice to allow a Winnipeg line change. We played just over 4 minutes of the second period. Winnipeg leading 2-0. Cole scored on a power play late in the first period, and Phil Sykes has scored here in the second, and a long shot by Olczyk just went wide of the Vancouver net. And the puck is cleared out, picked up by Trevor Linden at center ice. To the Winnipeg line, Linden drops it back to Ronning, fakes the shot, tried to pass it through Housley, and it hit the Winnipeg defender. And the puck is banked around on the boards, picked up by Ronning, coming out the right boards, he shoots. Essens made the save and dropped down on the puck.
Well, Ronnie finally was able to test Essenza from way out, though, at the top of the right face-off circle. Essenza, though, very smart. You know, when he makes saves, he's not leaving any big, lofty rebounds, although there weren't any Canucks right there on the doorstep anyway. Canucks are going to have to, some way, be able to work themselves in and really put some testers on Bob Essenza. The scouting report on him, I've said this before, is he is very tough to beat. He very rarely ever allows the soft goal. If you score on Essenza, you do it the old-fashioned way. You have to earn it.
He was an outstanding college goaltender at Michigan State. Housley with the puck, cuts right in front of his own goal. What a great skater this guy is. Comes right up the middle to center. Moving in on Merzen. Then dump the puck in, and they're dumping it in a lot. Playing a very solid defensive game, and they've got those 2 goals to work with. Merzen up the middle to center ice. On the left of Bonk. Bonk centering the puck. It goes to the corner. Sandlak winds up and shoots. Essenza stopped that as it came from a sharp angle. Winnipeg starting back. Steen with the puck. Drops it to Housley. Housley scoops it in. Steen going in after it. Steen gets to the puck, makes a quick turn. Steen with a move out in front with his pass. It's tipped away. Good check by Kerbers on Elenick as the puck goes along the boards and is cleared to the neutral zone by Bonk. Play in the neutral zone. Now at the Canuck line is Sandlak. Flips it ahead to Kerbers. Try to get it to Rob Murphy. Too far ahead. 5.5 minutes gone. Second period. Winnipeg leading 2-0. Puck passed into the Vancouver zone. McElwain tripped up there by Kerbers. And Dana Merzen gets the puck. Sandlak on the right board. Just scooped it to center ice. And there are 3 Jets back in the neutral zone. No chance for a fast Canuck breakout. Puck is cleared back into Winnipeg territory. It'll be an icing against Vancouver as Numminen goes to the puck.
With 14:04 remaining in the second period, we'll take a break in the action with the score. The Jets 2, the Canucks nothing. We'll have more hockey action right after this. Sellout in Vancouver tonight at the Coliseum. 16,123 is capacity. No ticket, toughest ticket in town to see this game here tonight between the Canucks and the Jets.
Doug Lidster takes the puck back of his goal. Starting out of the Vancouver zone. Slides it on the left wing for Steve Bozak. From Castlegar, BC. Dumps the puck in deep, and Numminen takes over there for Winnipeg. His pass almost intercepted by Bozak along the boards. Numminen banked it off the glass, and it's cleared to the neutral zone by Cole. Opened the scoring in this game. Cole shoots the puck in. Troy Gamble leaves it at the back of the goal for Lidster. Lidster having some difficulty, but McElwain fell, checking him. And out comes Igor Larionov. And over the Winnipeg line, drops it off to Mazur, shot wide. Bozak on the rebound, put a backhander off the target. Puck kept in by Dirk at the left point. Jay Mazur turning off the left boards, behind the net for Bozak, but it's intercepted. Dirk at the left point, keeping it in again. His shot is blocked. Then he throws quite a hit on McElwain, and the puck comes out to the neutral zone. Igor Larionov turning with it there. Now to Lume. To the Winnipeg line, trying to go through the middle, and his pass is intercepted. And it's Numminen back to get the puck. Another fine young player out of Finland. Numminen to Olofsson. And behind the play, Eagles was chopped down, or rather Hughes was chopped down, and there's going to be a Vancouver penalty on the play.
We'll take a break in the action with the score. The Jets 2, the Canucks nothing from the Pacific Coliseum. The experienced Steve Bozak puts his team shorthanded for the second time tonight, and as the Jets were starting to come out of their own zone, Bozak gave a little shot to Mike Eagles in the head. They called it cross-checking, kind of looked like a bit of an elbow there. But
actually, I think it was Evans that he caught up around the head.
Oh, it was Evans. I'm sorry, Jim. But he gave him a pretty good shot, too. And yeah. Winnipeg is 1 for 1 with the man advantage.
That's not like Bozak to take that kind of penalty.
No, the Canucks, I think, are starting to get frustrated. And I think Evans was also giving them a bit of a jab. You know, they're starting to give him the raspberry a little bit. They'll do anything to win this game, and that's what you do in winner-take-all like this one.
Playing the Vancouver zone, Winnipeg with a man advantage, but Jeff Courtnall has the puck and starts up the ice with Linden and Lume. Courtnall carrying the puck, coming in with Linden in the clear. Linden right in. And his Essenza got a piece of his shot, and it went wide of the target. Diddick at the left point, winds up, shoots. Good save. Rebounds in front. Oh, Linden had his shot just go wide. Lume keeping it in. Canucks getting their best chances here while shorthanded. Linden had a couple of great chances. Diddick's long shot gave Essenza trouble too. But Winnipeg has the man advantage and have a 2-0 lead. Vancouver's keeping the puck in the Winnipeg zone. And Olsen tries to settle it down and now brings the puck out from back of the net.
Well, Linden has turned this crowd back on as Canucks trying to battle back here.
Olsen shot high with a slap shot over the net. Housley puts the puck into the corner. Diddick battling there with Steen. The puck went back of the net to Lume. Rattles it on the boards. Right to Olsen at the point. Over the left point to Housley. Winding up, he shoots. Oh, great stop by Gamble. And Housley drilled it from the left point, and it was a high shot. Olsen keeping it in, moving in. His shot blocked as it bounces off Lume. Now it's put to the end board. Elenick banking it on the boards. Olsen at the right point. Scoops it on the right boards to Olczyk. Olczyk out at the line to Olsen. A long shot. Grabbed by Gamble, who sat down, hanging on to the puck.
Getting pretty exciting right now as the Jets looking to put the Canucks away here with a power play goal. But Troy Gamble has arisen to the occasion as he was able to stop that blast, and he was interfered with a bit and got his pad on it as the Jets looking to get that third goal. But right off the bat, Trevor Linden's penalty killing really seemed to turn this crowd on. And again, I talk about Essenza. He is so tough down low. And again, he came up with those big saves, particularly the one on Linden. Linden made a nice move on him. But Essenza has such quick reaction with his legs. He can kick out those pads as well as any goaltender in the league.
We played 8 minutes and 34 seconds of the second period. Winnipeg has 37 seconds left in this power play. They lead 2-0. Cole and Linden face off. Linden wins the draw to Curvers. Clears the puck up to Courtnall. Courtnall moving in on Carlisle. Takes his time. Now plays the puck across ice. Curvers bumped into Linden going in after the puck. And now it's taken back at the Winnipeg goal by Teppo Numminen. Numminen chased by Courtnall from behind as the pass goes to Carlisle. In over the Vancouver blue line, setting up at the left point. Put the puck back in the net. Merzen after it there. Getting some help from Curvers, who shoots the puck down the ice with only 7 seconds left in Bozic's penalty. Carlisle starting out for Winnipeg. Played it up on the left boards as the penalty expires. Merzen in after the puck. It goes back at the Vancouver goal. Picked up by Heron back of the net. Heron trying to center it from back of the goal. Merzen ties him up. Puck still loose. Heron coming in front with it. Took a shot. Took a hard hit in front from Curvers as the Soviet player's helmet popped off. And the puck is cleared down the ice into Winnipeg territory through the edge of the crease, so there's no icing. Play continuing. 10:24 left in the period. Now the Jets come back with Heron without his helmet now, moving into the Vancouver zone. Banks the puck around behind the net. It bounces off the top of the goal, and it's cleared to the corner by Dirk. Capuano goes to it on the boards. Nedved goes over to help, but the puck is kept in the Vancouver zone. Now it's cleared out. We're halfway through the second period, and Winnipeg's leading 2-0. Housley from back of his goal. His pass intercepted, but now he follows up with the puck. Comes to center quickly. He's got Eagles and Kumpel with him. Housley with the puck. Winds up, fakes the shot, holds the puck, plays it back outside the zone as he tried to get it to the point. Marchment back for the puck. Big young defenseman played with the Belleville Bulls. His pass intercepted. A long shot is blocked. The Eagles got the puck off the boards. Lidster kept it in. Now it deflects off Housley, stick to the neutral zone. Back at the Vancouver line. Dirk with the puck. Up to Rob Murphy. Murphy coming in. He shoots. Essenza easily handled that one. Dropped down and stopped it all the way. We got a fight breaking out now as Marchment is into it with Rob Murphy. This Marchment kid's tough too, but so's Murphy, who got in a pretty good right hand. Now they're trying to get loose to throw some more. As they go to the boards, the linesmen move in.
Well, Rob Murphy trying to do something to ignite his team. Just had a pretty good chance. Again, Essenza comes out. His angle perfect and just put the pads right together to stop the shot, and then Marchment and Murphy started to go at it. We'll take a break. The score, Winnipeg 2, Vancouver no score. More Canucks hockey in a moment. Rob Murphy and Marchment, the big defenseman for Winnipeg, get 5 minutes each for fighting, but before that, Rob Murphy was right at the last face-off dot, perfect. And Essenza, as I described earlier, came out. His angle was perfect, and he was able to see the shot all the way and make the save. And it was after that good scoring chance by Murphy that Marchment and Murph drop the gloves, and they get 5 minutes each for fighting.
Each team has had 11 minutes in penalties in the game. That's the first majors of the night. Winnipeg's 1 for 2 in their power play. Cole's opening goal is on the power play. Canucks are 0 for 2. Play at center ice as Carlisle carries the puck, just dumps it in. And the Jets are dumping that puck in a lot when they see there's no manpower advantage at the blue line. Ronning back at center. Ronning chased by Carlisle. Ronning along the right boards into the right corner, center the puck, and it's easily intercepted and cleared down the ice by Olczyk, who now drops to his knees. There's something bothering Eddie Olczyk. He looks injured. I don't know what happened to him, but he just cleared the puck down the ice, so he must have been hurting when he got rid of the puck. And Ed Olczyk is down on his hands and knees in front of the Winnipeg goal.
Well, Winnipeg certainly can play this kind of hockey now, too, with this 2-goal lead. They're not here to entertain the fans. They're here to get 2 points and get out of here and get on to the playoffs. But Eddie Olczyk, there is some concern right now, as he's being assisted, too, by Phil Walker, the Winnipeg trainer. Haven't really been able to pick up what's been wrong with Eddie O. He hurt his leg the last time these teams played here last week when he was hit by Doug Lipster. Now, whether that's been a reoccurring injury or not, I don't know.
He's favoring his right leg, and he just iced the puck from in front of his own goal to get a stoppage in play, and there's still some concern about the right leg of Eddie Olczyk.
Well, as they attend to the fine Winnipeg center here, we'll take a break in the action. The score, the Jets 2, the Canucks nothing. NHL hockey continues in a moment.
Begin.
Well, Eddie Olczyk has been a very durable player, too, over the last 6 years. Very seldom misses a game. He's a well-built guy, and initially was drafted by Chicago and then went to Toronto and now is in Winnipeg. As I said, 55 points in 59 games coming into this one tonight.
He's gone to the bench and not to the dressing room, which is an encouraging sign. It might just be a cramp of some kind in his right leg. Play in the Winnipeg zone. Carlisle from back of the net. Linden moves in on him as the pass comes up on the left wing for Arneal. Now to Elnick, pass ahead to Steen, and Steen just failed to get the pass, and he was breaking into the clear. Courtnall feeds it on the right wing to Trevor Linden, who shoots the puck in with 8:25 left in the second period. Winnipeg leading 2-0. A long pass in the neutral zone, blocked by Lumet. Lumet checked by Steen, who wins the fight for the puck. Plays it to Carlisle at center. On the left to Pat Elnick, who shoots the puck in deep. Steen going in after it. And the puck is taken on the left boards by Courtnall. Cross ice to Gerald Diddick up the middle. Diddick slaps the puck in wide of the Winnipeg goal. Essenza controls it at the side of the net for Donnelly. Donnelly banking it off the boards. It's kicked in by Merzen. Here's Courtnall moving for the net, and the puck is knocked away from him before he could get a shot. Now it's Heron at center, in over the Vancouver line. Poked off the puck as it's checked off his stick to the neutral zone. Cole right off the bench picks it up, shoots it in the Vancouver zone. Clip Ronning knocks it down, and the little guy from Burnaby makes a long pass to Bozak, called offside by Knox right at the Winnipeg blue line.
Bozak trying to sneak in there to get the home run pass from Ronning to get a breakaway to get Canucks on the score sheet. You can really sense it here, too. The Canucks pressing to get a goal because they realize that should Winnipeg get one more, it will really be tough to come back. But if the Canucks can manage to get one here in the next little while, then Winnipeg has to think, uh-oh, here we go, and it'll be back to being a nail-biter.
McElwain comes out to take a face-off. He's on a line with Cole, and the other forward on the line is Evans. Donnelly and Newman in the Winnipeg defense. Merzen back for the puck for Vancouver. He's on defense with Curvers, who mishandled the puck and loose in front of the net. There's a shot, just dribbles wide. Doug Evans rolled it out in front for Cole. It's tipped aside by Curvers, and Bozak starts out with line mates Larionov and Mazur. Mazur on the right wing with the puck. Cutting in on goal, turned around, goes back in the net with the puck, trying to come in front. Drops it off, and a save made off Curvers, who moved right in to get the shot, and Bozak was hauled down in the traffic in front.
Again, the low shot along the ice. Almost impossible to beat Essenza that way. He is so good down low. I don't know why the Canucks don't snap that shot up top. That's where you're going to get a goal if you're going to beat Bob Essenza.
Puck shot into Vancouver territory by Carlisle. Might be an icing. Icing is called as Dirk went to the puck.
Well, Curvers really did jump up and get a really good chance. And that was a nice rush up the ice. Larionov with Mazur. Igor Larionov really hasn't been having much jump lately. He's been a little down in the dumps, too. Just slammed the gate as he sits down. Hasn't been getting a lot of ice time of late. He thinks he's on a checking line. Talked to him this morning. He says, I've been in big games before. I want to play in this game. He says, the other night I didn't get on in the first period until after 10 minutes was gone. You know, no matter how long you play this game, Jim, you know, if guys don't get the ice time, they really moan and groan about it.
Now Nedved has come out replacing Larianoff at center ice as Nedved's out there with line mates Momesso and Capuano. Pat Quinn has stayed with pretty well set lines down the stretch in this NHL schedule. Play deep in Winnipeg territory, a battle along the boards. Momesso throwing a check in there, but the puck is played by Housley to the blue line. Kept in Winnipeg territory, but Kumpel is able to clear it out. Bounces back to Carlisle. One of the few players in the league without a helmet. Gets a return pass in front of his own net. Play broken up at center by Lidster. Kumpel watching him as Lidster's pass deflects off Nedved to Momesso. Coming in as Nedved hauled down away from the play. Crowd reacting to that. Capuano check going into the corner. The puck bouncing around on the boards to Lidster, shooting for the right point. Essenza handled that. Puck put off the boards. Nedved gets control of it. To Momesso behind the net to Capuano, trying to come in front. And the goaltender comes up to tap the puck aside. It's centered again by Dirk, but flipped away by Scott Arneal, getting into the neutral zone. 5:44 left second period, and the Canucks still haven't been able to score. They were blank in the first and second period when Winnipeg played here last week, although the Canucks won at 3-1 in the third period.
Well, the Canucks have really cranked it up offensively. They've had 12 shots in this second period compared to only 5 for Winnipeg.
The only goal of the period scored by Phil Sykes, who gets another chance here. His shot goes wide, putting it off the end boards all the way out to center ice. Newman takes it there. Flips it on the left and bounces away from Olczyk, who's back out there after being shaken up in his last shift. Puck shot deep into Winnipeg territory as the Canucks get back on side. Newman feeds the puck to Sykes, back to Newman. Knocked down by Ronning, who passes it in front. Cardinal flipped it over the net. And then Donnelly took the goal right off its supports. Donnelly moved it out intentionally with nobody around him. I don't know if he's going to get a penalty for it or not, but he should. Now he is.
Yeah, he's going to get a penalty, but you know something? This game, you talk about puck luck. That's something the late Babe Pratt always used to talk about, God bless him. Puck luck. Ronning stealing the puck in the Winnipeg zone. Courtnall with the great move, and then goes upstairs as Essenza was down, and it was all wide open, just like we talked about. He had the whole top shelf, and he shot it over the top of the crossbar.
I think it hit the goaltender's stick before it went up.
It very well could have, Jim. I'd have to have another look at it, but your eyes are pretty good. But he still went upstairs, and maybe you got to give Essenza another break. But a nice play by Ronning as he was able to pick off that pass. Courtnall took it on the backhand, then went out, and as he went up, he did put his stick up. I couldn't see whether it hit the top of Essenza's goal stick or not. But Courtnall with a great chance to get the Canucks on the scoreboard. But in the meantime, Donnelly serves 2 minutes for knocking the net off the magnets, and the Canucks are on the power play for the third time.
Donnelly for delay of the game at 15 minutes. Vancouver's on the power play for the third time in the game. Winnipeg leading 2-0. Curvers at the right point. On the left boards to Lume. So it's bounced in front of the net. It's almost stolen there by Courtnall. Courtnall knocking it down. Now to Curvers. Back over to Courtnall. He shoots it, tipped off a stick. McElwain got the puck, and it's cleared off the boards and out by Cole. The Canucks do not have Doug Lidster out on the point in the power play right now. They've a combination of Curvers and Lume playing the points. As Linden takes a long pass, comes in on the right wing, drifts the puck towards the net. Essenza easily turned it aside for Housley. Rattles it around on the boards. Lume kept it in at the left point. Down in the left corner to Ronning. Tried to center it. It's intercepted. And Newman cleared it to the line, but Lume kept it in. Now it's intercepted again. It's kept in by Newman. Or by Lume, I should say. Now Newman with another chance is able to get the puck down the ice.
Yeah, they were playing catch right there. Lume with a couple of nice plays to keep it onside, but he kept giving it back to Newman, and Newman finally was successful in shooting it down the ice.
55 seconds left in the Winnipeg penalty as Housley cleared the puck out. Our contestant on the power play contest is Don Bowles of Burnaby with an entry from Pac-Man Dinner from Save On Foods, $168 in the jackpot. As Ronning makes a turn in the left corner in the Winnipeg zone to Lume to the right point to Curvers. His pass reflects high to the boards. Capuano now out of the power play, knocking it down. Gets it to Momesso. Momesso moving in, shoots, scores!
Sergio Momesso, who had 2 big goals last week against the Winnipeg Jets, gets the Canucks on the board. His strength and a good high shot right over the stick side, upstairs in the corner as he snaps it home, and Vancouver has scored a goal, and these fans are alive. It's a 2-1 hockey game, a power play goal for the Canucks. Momesso with a huge goal to get the Canucks back in this one, his 16th of the year. Quite likely Capuano and Curvers will get assists, but it was good hustle by Momesso to pick up that loose puck. We're just sitting there. He's so strong.
Congratulations, Don Bowes of Burnaby. You've just won $168 in our power play contest with that goal by Sergio Momesso. Rawling did a good job in front of the net, and he might have distracted Essens a little bit there as he sort of waved at the puck as Momesso drilled it high on the stick side. It's 2-1 Winnipeg.
7, Sergio Momesso.
Playing the Vancouver zone, Larionov getting the puck. Feeds it up and center to Mazur. On the left to Bozak. Squeezed out along the boards. Follows up after the puck. Lost it back of the net to Evans. Put it off the glass to the line. Shot back in offside. Curvers and Capuano did get assists on that goal.
We'll take a break in the action with 2:59 remaining here in the second. The score, Winnipeg 2, Vancouver 1. Back to Canucks hockey right after this. Well, Sergio Momesso now is playing in his 11th game as a Vancouver Canuck, and he has 6 goals in 11 games. That's a terrific output, really, in the goal department. 6 goals, 2 assists, and it gets Vancouver back in the hockey game.
2:55 left in the second period. Play in the neutral zone. Arneal going after the puck, tied up by Larionov. The puck in their skates near the Vancouver blue line. Still in skates. Now Bozak picked it up. Long pass on the right wing intended for Mazur, who had lost his balance and fell. Couldn't catch up with the puck. At the Vancouver line, good work by Eagles to check it off Bozak. Puck deep in the Vancouver zone. Larionov ties up Arneal and took him to the end boards. Puck still in skates back of the Vancouver goal. Arneal threw it out in front. Oh, a good save by Gamble on a little backhander from right in front when Arneal centered the puck.
Mike Eagles hasn't scored in 42 games. That was a great chance. The Canucks having difficulty in their own zone. It started with Mazur losing his balance, and Doug Litzter in the defense of Dirk, little trouble behind the net. But what a nice play by Arneal. He just threw it out in front of the net, and Eagles was able to get a shot away. He didn't get a lot on it, but it was a tough one. And Gamble made the glove save and was able to hold on.
Arneal got away from Larionov back of the net to set up that chance. And that might have been a backbreaker had that got in the net, but it's still 2-1. Winnipeg by a goal. Face off between Cole and Nedved deep in the Vancouver zone in the circle to Gamble's left. Nedved goes back to Tuck to Gamble before moving into the circle for the face-off as the fans are starting to wave here at the Pacific Coliseum. Housley shot into a crowd. It never got through. Puck banked on the boards. Now Nedved brings it out. He's got Curvers and Capuano with him. Nedved into the Winnipeg zone on the right board. Centered it, and it went across in front of the net. Puck is cleared out into Vancouver territory. Merzen back after it. Sykes chasing him. Big Merzen stops in back of the net. 2 minutes left, second period. Pass to Momesso. Coming up on the left wing to Nedved at center. Nedved over the line back to Momesso. Turning with the puck. Banks it into the corner to Capuano. Leaves it for Nedved. He's tied up as he tried to center the puck. Oh, Momesso almost jammed it in. But Essens covered it up right by the goalpost.
Looked like a very innocent play, really no threat at all, but Nedved with a quick little move to backhand it towards the goal, and Momesso, who's really been going to the net well since he's been a Canuck, was almost able to sneak it through on the short side. That would have been a tough one, but as I said, very seldom Bob Essens gives up a soft one, and had that got in on the short side, of course, it would have been considered a bad goal, but he was right up there against the post where he's supposed to be. Talking to referee Andy Van Helleman, and Andy Van Helleman broke Dave Newell's record for the most referee games about a month ago in the NHL. And incidentally, Dave Newell is here tonight right behind us. He's now a supervisor of officials in the NHL.
Yeah, we haven't seen David out here all year. I guess it's springtime. Wanted to get out in the West Coast weather. Play in the Vancouver zone. Lume goes back to get the puck. Getting in behind the net, being chased by Elenick. Now Linden on the right wing, rink wide to Courtnall, left wing at center. Coming in on Olofsson as Courtnall fell. The puck goes loose, and Doug Evans just rolls it down the ice. Icing waved off. Diddick back for the puck. Steen goes in on him. Diddick's pass almost intercepted at the line by Carlisle. Puck still in the Vancouver zone. Here's a pass in front. Oh, Steen missed a great chance. Thomas Steen was all alone in front, and he fanned on the goalmouth pass as he tried to one-time it. What a chance for Steen. He doesn't miss many like that. Canucks got a break there. Linden coming in on the right wing. Moving in on Carlisle. Linden back of the net. Centered the puck as he's hauled down. And Winnipeg start back as Carlisle joins the rush. Kumpel brings the puck in. Kumpel shoots. Oh, and it's in the pads of Gamble, who has to drop down and cover it up.
You can't afford to make mistakes in big games. Usually that's what leads to goals in hockey games anyway. And that last good chance, if Thomas Steen doesn't shoot wide, it started because Dirk was trying to just ring it around the boards and out. But Thomas Steen, who's such a competitive guy, he cannot believe he didn't bury that. There was about 3 or 4 inches on the short side as Gamble had to react and then get across. The pass was right there, and Steen shot wide. And I think if Vancouver should come back and win this hockey game, don't think that they wouldn't talk about that missed shot by Thomas Steen right there, because that would have been a big goal with less than a minute to go here in the second period.
46 seconds left on the clock in the period. Winnipeg leading 2-1. Donnelly at the right point. A shot into skates in front of the net. And a backhander slipped wide by Eagles as he was checked by Larionov. Puck still deep in the Vancouver zone in the corner to Gamble's right as everyone's digging in along the boards. And it's covered up by Dirk and Kumpel holding the puck in their skates to stop the play. Well, Mark Kumpel got a big goal in Edmonton in the last game that the Jets played.
Well, Mark Kumpel is another U.S. player on this Winnipeg team. He was a pretty good goal scorer when he was on the Olympic team back in 1984 for the U.S. team. But he's considered maybe a role player, a fringe player here with Winnipeg. He's 30 years old now. Mark Kumpel doesn't score a lot of goals. Coming into this game after 52, he's only been able to score 7 times.
Face off in the Vancouver zone. Carlisle with the puck at the left point. Try to pass it across Olofsson, but the linesman Knox said the puck broke the plane of the blue line while in the air and was batted back in offside. So with 26 seconds left in the period, the face-off will be out in the neutral zone. And I'd like at this time to pass along our usual hello to hospital patients and the shut-ins and the pensioners, the blind. There are a lot of fans who can't get out to games but enjoy hockey, and tonight are enjoying our simulcast on CHEK-TV, CKNW Radio, and the Western Information Radio Network. We also have viewers in Manitoba tonight, and they'll be happy with that score. The Jets leading 2-1. And, of course, in the days of satellite, there's viewers all over the continent, I'm sure, watching this game tonight. And all over British Columbia listening to it, a little concerned about the score. Doug Lidster from back of his own goal as the time runs down and the second period is over.
Well, the Canucks really came out with lots of firepower as they peppered Bob Essenza with 15 shots in the second period, and Winnipeg managed but 8 themselves. So this one is going to be an exciting third period. It's a close one.
Sykes of the Jets, Momesso of the Canucks scored goals in that second period. After 2 periods of play, the score, the Winnipeg Jets 2, the Vancouver Canucks 1.
The third period face-off is brought to you by OK Tire and the Toyo 600 Plus 4 high-performance all-season radial. OK Tire and Toyo are driven to perform.
Going to the third period at Vancouver's Pacific Coliseum, and the Jets have the 2-1 lead, so Bob Essenza is trying to hang on to that and send the Jets into the playoffs.
Well, let's kind of recap the first 2 periods as far as stats are concerned. Shots on goal. 10 different Canucks had shots on Bob Essenza in that second period, and Trevor Linden led the way with 4 shots on the Winnipeg goaltender. The Jets had 8 shots on Troy Gamble. 8 individual players had 1 shot each. Housley is still the leading shooter for the Jets. He's had 3 shots in the game now on Troy Gamble playing goal for Vancouver. We told you we have a stopwatch on Housley and Linden after 2 periods of play. Housley now has been on the ice for 13 minutes and 9 seconds. Linden has been on the ice for 15 minutes and 56 seconds for Vancouver. Power plays, the Canucks are 1 for 3. The Jets are 1 for 2.
Just one fight in the hockey game. Majors to Marchment and Murphy in the midway point of the second period. And Andy Van Hellemond will drop the puck between Eagles and Ronning to start the third period with the teams at full strength. And in the north goal, Troy Gamble of the Canucks. In the south goal, Winnipeg's Bob Essensa, who handles the puck, shovels it to the corner. In after it is Trevor Linden along the boards, try to center it, but Carlisle picks it off, and he's played a solid game on the Jet defense. Puck is shot in behind the net. Essensa slowed it up. Carlisle picked it up, gets it to Arneal, who just dumps it out. And it's put off the boards for Trevor Linden. Tied up by Arneal. Puck shot in by Dirk. Essensa out of his goal again to bank it on the boards. Linden moved up to keep it in. Now to Courtnall. His shot hit a leg, and the puck bounces to center ice. Lidster slaps it right back in. Olofsson goes to the puck, gets it to Kumpel, tied up by Courtnall in the corner to Ronning. Try to get it back to Courtnall, but Steen is there to intercept. Clears the puck into the Vancouver zone. Jay Mazur back after it, his second game back after being out for a few weeks with a leg injury. Larionov just failed to get loose at center as the puck slides in the Winnipeg zone. Essensa comes away out to clear it all the way down the ice. Steen racing after it, so is Lume. Steen got to it in the corner. Lume trying to check him as Steen came out of the corner. Now the puck is taken around on the boards. Into the corner to the right of Gamble. Now Vancouver start back. Bozak on the left wing. Backhands it in on the net. Stopped by Essensa and held to stop the play.
Thomas Steen, a European player that Don Cherry would have to love this guy. You know, he always knocks the Europeans. This guy is a two-way hockey player. Loves the rough going. 30 years old now, a fifth-round draft choice of the Jets back in 1979. 2 years ago, he played all 80 games, had his best season with 88 points. The last couple of years, though, Steen has suffered injuries, and there's a lot of people feel that if Steen had not missed so many games this year, the Jets would have been home and cooled out and had a playoff spot by now. He's their team captain, and he's a terrific hockey player.
Face off in the Winnipeg zone. Vancouver getting possession. Mazur couldn't get a shot. Now he gets a second chance to come up with the puck. It slides away from him to Marchment. And the 21-year-old defenseman scoops the puck into the Vancouver zone. Dana Merzen back to pick it up. Chased by McElwain as Merzen's pass was deflected away, and a shot went wide of the Vancouver net as Evans put it off the target. Canucks a little loose in their own zone. Now Larionov plays it across the Curvers. Hard pass off the boards. Larionov picks up the loose puck coming in on the Winnipeg line. On the right to Steve Bozak. Bumped before he could get a shot away. Marchment into the corner, banked the puck around on the boards. And Bozak pins his man on the boards as he covers up the puck with Evans with 2 minutes gone in the third period.
Bozak, 15 goals this year, and many of them have been big goals, too. He's done a good job not only playing regular, he's been Mr. Versatility, really, for the Canucks this year. He's played all three forward positions, has done a very good job penalty killing. Tonight, he was voted the unsung hero, a real fine choice, I think, for the Vancouver Canucks this year. 30-year-old Steve Bozak, former college player, has his degree in accounting. Once scored over 30 goals for the LA Kings.
Eddie Olczyk waiting on this face-off in the Winnipeg zone against Canuck Peter Nedved. Civic, the huge linesman, dropping the puck, and Winnipeg get the draw. They've been winning a lot of the face-offs. Carlisle from back of the net to Olofsson. His pass intercepted by Momesso. Put it back of the net. Olczyk picked it off there, rolled it up along the boards, and it came to the line, but it's kept in momentarily by Dirk. Now it's out in the neutral zone where Lidster gets possession. Up to Nedved. Peter Nedved tied up by Carlisle in the neutral zone, and Olofsson then tips the puck back to Eddie Olczyk. Eddie O plays it up on the right side, and it's intercepted by Lidster, who dumps it in. Went off of Olofsson's skate to the neutral zone. The checking very tight. Long pass into the Vancouver zone. Gamble comes out of his goal to handle the puck. Banks it in the right corner to Lidster. The score is 2-1 Winnipeg early in the third period as Momesso comes to center ice. Over the Winnipeg line, drops it back to Lidster. Lidster centering it, and there's no one there as the puck slides to the corner. Capuano coming up with it off the right boards. Now to Momesso, back of the net. Nedved is hauled down back of the goal as Momesso lost control of the puck. And the Jets bring it back to the neutral zone. Didick throws a hip check on Paul McDermott. I don't know whether he even got a chance to handle the puck, but there was no interference called on the play as the crowd responded to the hit by Didick. Lume to Sandbach. His shot banned on it, goes after the puck, but it got away from him, and he never did get the shot away. Jets coming back as Kumpel moves down the right wing, drops it to Housley. Housley with a quick turn, lost the puck. It's recovered by Eagle. Lays it around behind the Vancouver goal. Arneal is hauled down along the boards, but Housley's there to keep the puck in. Lume has lost his stick, but he played the puck with his hand, and it was cleared to center ice. Sandlak can't catch up with it there. Now Tom Curvers to Rob Murphy. Over the Winnipeg line, tried to get it back, but it came outside the blue line. Slapped in by Dana Merzen. 4 minutes gone, third period. Winnipeg 2, Vancouver 1. The winner goes to the playoffs. The loser is out. Play in the neutral zone. Kumpel taking his time. Just put the puck in the Canuck zone. Curvers is back to pick it up. His pass is intercepted. Puck shot deep in the Vancouver zone. Both teams changing on the fly.
Well, this game has everything a playoff game would have, because it is a playoff game for both of these teams. Winner take all, and they're playing it just like that, too.
Elenick from back of the net hands it away. Merzen shot picked off by Essensa. The shot appeared to be going over the net.
And we'll take a break with the score. The Jets 2, the Canucks 1. This is NHL Hockey in Vancouver. Canucks are happy to have defenseman Gerald Didick back in the lineup. Did not play in Calgary. A nice hip check on McDermott then sent him flying as the puck was a little errant. But you mentioned he didn't touch the puck, but certainly was playable, I think, there, Jim. And a nice hip check by the Canuck defenseman.
I think the puck just tipped off his skate, so that made it a legal check. Here's a chance for Courtnall. His shot bounces around in front of the net. Elenick is there to clear the puck. Up to Steen. Steen at center on the right side. Dump the puck into the Vancouver zone. Lidster goes back for it. Putting it on the right boards to Trevor Linden. To Ronning. Cliff Ronning at center with the puck. Stick handling to the Winnipeg line to Linden. Moving in on Olsen. Back to Ronning. He shoots. Scores! It's all tied!
Star players make big plays in big games. Ronnie, who can cut on a nice pass, but Linden, the drop pass, and Ronnie, who isn't known for a great shot, one-timed it. Little Cliff Ronnie, and has he been hot for the Canucks? His 6th goal in 11 games, his 20th of the year. The kid from Burnaby, British Columbia, has this sellout crowd on their feet. A 2-2 tie. The Canucks are back in it.
4 minutes and 51 seconds into the third period. Vancouver has overcome the 2-0 deficit, and it's a brand new ball game now. Running from Linden, there may be a second assist. 2-2 tie. Lume with the puck. On the left for Bozak, deep into the Winnipeg zone. Donnelly checked him off the puck and jabs at him with the stick as they announce the tying goal by Cliff Ronning. Puck is kicked behind the Winnipeg goal. McElwain got it to the line. Lume kept it in. Now it's being brought to center ice by Donnelly. Lidster also was in on the scoring play. Here's a quick break for Bozak. Coming in on goal. He's right in. He slides it wide when checked by Numanen. And now they put one into the net.
The light didn't come on. Van Helleman was in perfect position to make the call. And that's why you have the top official in a game that means so much. I don't think the puck crossed the goal line.
Well, I reacted. I didn't see whether it went in or not.
Well, the fans are upset. Bozak with a good effort. He actually kind of fanned on the shot. He lost it. It slid underneath the equipment of Essensa, but Didick made the nice play. Just throw it towards the net, hoping it'll bank in off some carom in. But I think Essensa was able to react and keep it out of the net. A good call by an experienced referee. Canucks aren't arguing, but the fans are starting to play a big role now as they applaud that shift. Didick with a real smart play. And Essensa, who was sliding right across, it hit the post, I think, too. Again, I talked about puck luck. The goaltender's best friend really saved Bob Essensa that time.
Larry Anoff right in front threw his arms in the air thinking it was a goal, but it did hit the base of the goalpost and did not appear to go in. A shot on Gamble is kicked out as McDermott took the shot. And there's all kinds of tempo coming into this game now, as the Jets had the 2-0 lead, but Vancouver's come back, and now it's a 2-all tie with 6 minutes gone in the third period. Housley knocking the puck down, starting up the ice for Winnipeg. Skates through the middle to center, in on the Vancouver defense, cutting it on goal. He's walked right in, and he shot high from a sharp angle, as Gamble may have got a piece of it. Housley stick handled through everybody.
Oh, I think Gamble shook himself up, too, on that.
Nedved back the other way, trying to center the puck for Capuano, and now it's getting frantic, as it was in the first few minutes of the game. In the first period, Dirk goes to a loose puck, winds up, shoots. Essens has stopped it. The rebound batted into this. No goal. No goal. It was batted in with a hand.
Yeah, Capuano, Dave Capuano, and again Van Helleman having to make a call and make it quickly. Lots of boos here as Dirk was able to take a slap shot, but the Canucks are really going to the net now. Momesso and Capuano. On the replay, I couldn't quite tell. I'll have to look from the next angle. But it was Momesso who gloved it in the net. Sergio Momesso, and it was a high stick to boot. But first he said glove, now he's saying high stick. The argument is on, and we're going to take a break, and we'll bring you right back. The score, the Canucks 2, the Jets 2. More hockey action right after this. Well, the fans have littered the ice here at the Pacific Coliseum. I have a comment about that in a moment. But the Canucks thought they were going to have the lead. Dirk with a good shot from the left point, right on. But Essens made and left a nice lofty rebound. A high stick by Capuano. Actually, he kind of ticked it, but you could see on the replay that it was a high stick. Capuano thinks it was right at shoulder level.
I think it really was hitting off his hand.
Well, you know, Jim, on that angle, until we can see one from the back, you know, from the way Essens sees it, I thought then that Momesso actually had gloved it in, but when I saw it from this angle, you could see that Capuano's stick had hit it. Momesso was charging the net as well. But, Jim, you know what has happened here? The fans think that they're really, you know, showing the Canucks that they're behind them by littering the ice. What they're doing is halting the momentum of this Vancouver hockey team. I mean, they are coming on wave after wave. This really gives the Jets a chance to kind of collect themselves a little bit, because they have blown a 2-0 lead. The Canucks have tied it here. And now with this big delay, I think that hurts Vancouver.
Well, they finished the scraping job, and the faceoff comes out to the neutral zone. It's a disallowed goal after quite a long discussion, but it certainly on the replay didn't look like a legal goal.
Well, let's tell you about some action out of town right now as we're waiting for action to get back here. L.A. leading Minnesota 4-2. They have one game remaining. That's against Calgary on Sunday afternoon. And Thomas Sandstrom had the goal for L.A., the last goal, to give them the lead 4-2.
And, of course, Calgary didn't win tonight. They had a tie, 4-4, with Edmonton. That's a big point that they've lost in their battle with L.A. for first place. If L.A. should go on to win tonight, they would have 102 points. Calgary would be 4 points behind with 2 games to play. They can still do it, but pretty slim. In fact, it's getting to the situation where maybe that last game between LA and Calgary won't be for first place after all. So one of these teams tonight might be on their way to Los Angeles next Thursday for the playoff opening. It's anybody's game here, 2-all. Play in the Winnipeg zone. Kumpel failed to get the puck out. Nedved just failed to pick it up. Shovels it to the corner now as Carlisle goes in after the puck. Carlisle made a nice quick move to get away from Momesso. And the Jets start out. Olofsson on the left boards to Arneal. In over the Vancouver line, but the play is well offside at the Canuck blue line.
Well, I think in a big game of this kind of importance, so much pressure, you'd love to have a guy like Randy Carlisle on your blue line. Carlisle is going to be 35 years old next month. It was actually 10 years ago that Carlisle's won the Norris Trophy as the outstanding defenseman in the National Hockey League. He was then a member of the Pittsburgh Penguins, but he just made a nifty little play as the Jets appear to be in trouble here in the early going in their own zone. He was able to get the puck out under extreme pressure, and Randy Carlisle's been in this position before.
Now the Winnipeg defense is Newman and Donnelly. As Donnelly dumps the puck in the Vancouver zone, it slides to Gamble, scooping it around behind the net. Linden into the corner after it, comes up with the puck. Now to Jyrki Lumi. On the right to Ronning, who skates to center. To the Winnipeg line, try to finesse it over to Linden, but the puck then is shot out of play at the Winnipeg bench. The attendance tonight is a sellout, 16,123, and it's the 9th sellout in the 40 home games in Vancouver this season.
Well, this is a terrific hockey game, too, and I think everyone expected that it would be close, and it's going to go right down to the final buzzer. It might even go into overtime. Who knows? The Fanometer is on the scoreboard here. That's why you hear the reaction from this sellout crowd.
Crowd really into it. Los Angeles and Calgary finish on Sunday, but it might not settle first place because, of course, Edmonton plays Calgary again, and L.A. might have too big a lead for that last game to mean anything. 12:38 left on the clock in this third period here. It's a 2-all tie and a cliffhanger like it's supposed to be. Play at the Winnipeg line as Lume tried to bring it in, but it's offside with 3 Canucks trapped inside the blue line.
I think Jyrki Lume, who has not had a particularly strong season, after the whistle here, Gerald Dick became involved with Danton Cole, I think it is. And they each threw a punch now. Often it's the guy who retaliates, the last one, but Van Hellemond, it's Donnelly, isn't it? Gord Donnelly, I'm sorry, Jim, is 34, not 24. Well, Donnelly is a real tough, hard rock guy for Winnipeg. He's not a choir boy, I can tell you that.
Him sing, maybe he's all right at that, too. It hasn't been a rough a game as we thought it might be.
Well, you know, I don't think it can afford to be a goon type of game, Jim, and I use that expression, you know, where guys are taking liberties. We had the one altercation, the major, between Marchman and Murphy, but, you know, it's been a good hockey game, and, of course, the importance of it, and it tied here in the third period, even makes it that much more exciting.
Minor penalties to Donnelly and Diddick. The teams continue with full strength as Essenza covers up the puck to stop the play. And the face-off is in Winnipeg territory. All the Vancouver players dressed for this game are getting ice time. Right now it's the so-called fourth line on the ice. That's Murphy between Sandlak and Volk. And a lot of fans thought maybe that Volk's right-wing partner would be Stan Smeal tonight and not Jimmy Sandlak, but the Canucks are going with the players who played recently, and the Steamer is not playing, and he might not be able to play another game as a Vancouver Canuck. Who knows what the future is for Stan?
Jets trying to slow things down a little bit. Eddie Olczyk going over to change his stick and so on. They want to really kind of get things down and, again, get back the way they played in the first period, which was sound defensively and wait for their breaks.
8 minutes gone, third period, 2-all. Sykes makes a nice move into the Vancouver zone. Sandlak slowed him up, and the puck is cleared to center ice. Marchman dumps it right back in. Merzen back to get the puck. He's on defense with Kerbers. Dana Merzen from back of the goal, watched by Eddie Olczyk out in front. A long pass up the middle to Sandlak. Hurried pass on the left. Misses Volk, and the puck is out at center. Merzen scooping it in as he's knocked down. And Marchman goes back to get the puck. He's on defense with Housley. Marchman banking it on the left boards to the neutral zone. Tipped away there and golfed back in by Gary Volk. It's a 2-all tie. Sykes now on the left board, starting out of his own zone for Winnipeg. Pass too far ahead for Eagles. Eagles has been prominent tonight for Winnipeg. He's played a very solid game. Now it's Olofsson at center for the Jets. Shoots the puck high into Canuck territory and it went over the glass into the crowd.
11:15 remaining here in the third period, and we're all tied up with the score. The Canucks 2 and the Jets 2 from the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver.
Winnipeg led 1-0 after 1 and 2-1 after 2. Had a 2-0 lead at one stage. But Momesso late in the second period on a power play, and Cliff Ronning at 4:51 of this third period has brought the Canucks back to this 2-all tie. Playing the Vancouver zone, Arneal in checking Lidster along the boards. Puck is dug out of skates by Larionov. Across ice to Dirk. Robert Dirk at center down the middle. Over the Winnipeg line. Put himself offside as he passed off to Steve Bozic.
Well, it had some promise. Diddick not one that is known really to rush with the puck. Here's a big guy, 6'4", 220. I mean, I said Diddick. I mean Robert Dirk, excuse me. But Dirk has played well. He gives the Canucks some muscle in front of the net that they desperately have been wanting for a good number of years now. Hard-nosed guy. But you meet this guy, he's got great character written all over him, Jim. The players have just welcomed him with open arms, and he is really a leader. And right away, he stepped into that locker room, and he kind of established himself as, hey, I'm here to win, not lose. And the Canucks need more players thinking the way Dirk does.
Dirk's only 24, so he's going to be around for a number of years. Played his junior in Regina. Olofsson from back of his goal. And the puck is now cleared to the neutral zone. Knocked down by Tom Curvers. Long pass. Oh, just failed to hit running. Breaking into the Winnipeg zone. Merzen banking the puck off the boards. Intercepted by Carlisle. Dumping the puck into the Vancouver zone. Curvers goes back for it. Chased into the corner. Bumped along the boards. Elenick gets the puck. Centered it. And it's tipped away to the side. It's played back to Carlisle. His shot deflects across into the corner as Gamble spotted that one through the crowd. Linden now at center ice as Cartnell was knocked down behind the play. Courtnall all tangled up with the Jet as Dirk shoots. Oh, good save by Essens. A good low shot by Dirk through a crowd of players. Puck is out at center ice. Steen almost got loose there. Now the puck is dumped in the Vancouver zone. Halfway through the third period, 2-all tie. Nedved coming out with Capuano, joined by Lidster. Nedved turns inside the line. Dumps the puck in the corner. Capuano went after it, bumped into the goalpost, couldn't catch up with the puck. Lidster kept it in. He shoots. Oh, Essens has stopped it as he saw it at the last moment through a screen. Nedved threw it out in front. It's loose at the side of the Winnipeg goal. Still loose. Poked aside. Nedved shot wide. Capuano out of the right corner. Checked by Housley. Nedved jumps on the loose puck. Tried a shot that's partially blocked. The puck bounces to Essens. He drops down to cover it up, and now there's some rough stuff going on in front of the net as the play stops.
Well, Momesso doesn't want to take a bad penalty here. He has been maybe Vancouver's best player tonight. The big guy really going. That was a terrific shift for that line. Nedved and Momesso. But you know, Peter Nedved, their prize #1 draft choice, I'm going to give you a statistic that really is a negative one, and it's too bad. Here's this guy with all this offensive skill who prides himself to be another Gretzky. He has gone 19 games without an assist. Can you believe that? And he's been playing regular ever since Brian Bradley got traded to Toronto. He plays on the second part of the power play. The kid looks good with the puck, but right now there hasn't been any finish from this young guy. But you can see he's got lots of skill, and he'll be better next year.
Nedved on the line with Capuano and Momesso for this face-off in the Winnipeg zone. The defensemen, Didick and Lume, well up inside the blue line. And again, the Jets win the draws. Eagles won the face-off. He's played a strong game. Now Momesso in the left corner, trying to fight off a check of Olofsson, who keeps after him. They continue to battle near the corner. Capuano goes in to help. Now he's pinned by Kumpel. Puck came loose to Nedved back of the net. He's squeezed off it by Carlisle. Arneal goes to the puck on the boards, cleared it to the line and out. 8:55 left, third period. A 2-all tie. In comes Nedved. He shoots just wide with a long slap shot. He shoots again. It's blocked by Carlisle in front. Carlisle, long pass, scoop to the neutral zone. Puck put off the boards, blocked by Scott Arneal. Over the Vancouver line, and the play is offside at the blue line.
We'll take a break. The score, Vancouver 2, Winnipeg 2. More Canucks hockey in a moment.
Play in the neutral zone as Donnelly slams the puck into Canuck territory. Dana Merzen back for it. Elenick goes in to check him. The puck went back of the net to Curvers, ran into some traffic. Puck is still in the Vancouver zone. Now it goes over the glass into the crowd. Curvers got into a little trouble, and you want to do that with a player like Steen lurking around. And Pat Elenick, the right winger, is a very talented forward.
A very good line, too, that Bob Murdoch has out there. They work very hard together. Steen with Elenick. Elenick, a good goal scorer. And now Heron, the Soviet player, the first Soviet player ever played for the Winnipeg Jets, played most of the season in Moncton this year. But Jim, watching him play here tonight, you can see he's got all the skills that most European players or Soviet players have. He can skate and handle the puck.
He just replaced Evans on left wing. A long shot stopped by Gamble. A loose puck in front. A backhander. Gamble down to cover the puck with some difficulty as Heron went to the front of the net. And Arin, the Soviet, was battling to try and get to the puck as Gamble covered it up.
Oh, boy, a close call. It's been a while since the Jets have been down in the Vancouver end to test Troy Gamble.
but they win another draw. They've been winning so many draws. And then right on the doorstep, after that nice shot by Elenick on the backhand, Gamble made the save. There was the Soviet player, Heron, trying to jam it home. That was a good shift for that line as they come very close. The Jets, remember, were up 2-0. And the Canucks have come back with 2 unanswered goals to tie this one up. And time running down. Will it be overtime? 8 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in the third period.
Murdoch would have looked like a genius when he took Evans off and put Heron out for the face-off, and the next thing you know, he had a scoring chance on the rebound. Face-off in the Vancouver zone to Gamble's right. Gamble's only faced 17 shots. Newman, long shot, knocked down by Gamble as it deflected off Danton. Cole right in front. Cole with a deflection that almost went in.
Another key face-off won easily by the Jets.
In comes Courtnall. Checked off, the puck gets cleared back into Vancouver territory. Gamble made a fine save on that deflection by Cole, whose stick was well off the ice, but not too high. The Canucks have had a goal disallowed in this third period, but it's a 2-2 tie. Lidster put the puck into the Winnipeg zone as he slowed up. The crowd thought there could have been a penalty. Now Steen races to the puck in the Vancouver zone, centering it, and it tipped across in front of the net. Cliff Ronning back for Vancouver. He's got Courtnall with him. Linden joins the rush. The pass to Courtnall on the left wing. Fights the puck as it rolled off his stick. And it's recovered by Housley. Lost it to Ronning. Ronning turning in the corner, making moves. And he's checked off the puck. And it slides up to Housley. Housley's at center ice. On the right now to Heron, cutting for the net. Heron is taken in on the end boards by Lume. Puck cleared to the line and out as Randy Carlyle just failed to keep the puck onside. Carlyle dumps it in as he's hit by Courtnall. Diddick goes back for the puck. Gerald Diddick from Edmonton. His pass almost intercepted. He recovers the puck. Now feeds it up to Nedved. 2-on-2 with Momesso. The pass to Momesso. Winding up. He shoots. Skate save by Essenza. Got his right toe on it. Capuano into the corner for the puck. Now to Nedved. Try to get it back to the point, but it's intercepted. Arneal chasing the puck at the Vancouver line. Curvers picked it up. Now it's brought in by Nedved. Nedved moving in with Momesso. Nedved turning inside the Winnipeg line. Backhands the puck around in front. It deflects to the goaltender. And Essenza has to cover up.
6:29 remaining in the third period. The score, Canucks 2, the Jets 2. NHL hockey continues right after this. You know, I talk about the fundamentals throughout a hockey game, and one of the key ones is face-offs, particularly in a close hockey game. And I don't have the exact total, but Winnipeg, I think, has won close to 75% of the face-offs tonight.
Now another one in the Winnipeg zone. This time Vancouver get possession as the puck was put in by Curvers to the corner. Backed around to the boards. Capuano reaching for it. He's bumped off the puck, and it comes to center ice. Merzen picks it up. Cole moving in to check him. The pass goes to Nedved, who failed to handle it. And now Winnipeg regained possession. Eddie Olczyk at center, drops it off to Cole. He's quick, coming into the Vancouver zone, working for the net. Bumped by Curvers, centered the puck. They jam away at it by the post, and it's covered up just outside the goal post, but that was dangerous.
Well, I think there were a lot of people here, close to 16,000, were holding the breath. Where is the puck? The red light didn't come on, but Troy Gamble was right there to have the skate up against the near side post. Danton Cole can really skate as he started to get around Tom Curvers with a nice move, and then just threw it right there in front. And Doug Evans had a pretty good chance at it. He slapped at it, but Gamble on his game, the most important start of rookie Troy Gamble's career, no question about it. And he wanted this start tonight, and he's right in it, as is the guy at the other end who's had a fine year too, Bob Essenza, with his 4 shutouts. He's played well tonight.
Steen facing off against Larionov in the Vancouver zone. The shots on goal are 29-20. Vancouver with the edge in shots. It's a 2-2 tie. Waiting on the face-off. Steen cheating a bit, swinging to the right side. Gets control on the face-off, but it's knocked away from him by Dirk, who put it to the corner, so it wasn't a clean draw. Now Steen gets after the puck again, back of the net, getting loose from Larionov, who gets up to check him. Puck bounces to the side. And now Larionov is able to get it off the boards to center ice. Newmanen back for it. Heron lost it there. Larionov's pass intended for Bozak. He's tied up along the boards just inside the Winnipeg blue line. Puck in skates. And it's covered up, and now Dirk and Steen do a little shoving after the whistle.
Pat Elenick led the Jets in goals last year with 32, having another nice season this year with 31 goals, 91 points, playing on that line with Thomas Steen. They're seeing a lot of ice time here in the late going. You know, both of these coaches, when you look up at the clock in a 2-2 game, and a game is as important as this, I mean, you have to go with your best, and the best want to be out there, too. It only takes about 20, 30 seconds to get your breath in a game like this to get back into the action. You know, Winnipeg only had 3 shots in the first 12 minutes of this period, but they've had 5 in the last 3 minutes, so they've been coming on a little bit.
This is just the kind of game that the fans had hoped they'd see here. A real battle. Puck in the Vancouver zone. It's centered by Eagles, and it went across in front of the net. Courtnall starts back on the left wing. Now to Ronning. He's played a strong game. In over the Winnipeg line with Linden. Ronning, a backhander, knocked down in front. Housley takes the puck aside. 5 minutes, 5 seconds left in the third period. It's a 2-all tie. And all kinds of people predicted it would be 2-all late in the game, or even at the end of the game. If it's a tie, then the playoff spot will be decided when the last game in the regular schedule is played, Winnipeg at Edmonton. Ronning, winds up, passes. Oh, it's intercepted. Kerber shot high. Blasted around on the glass and out. 4:40 left on the clock.
Don't think this little Ronnie's a hockey player. Boy, has he got some skill. He is really buzzing tonight.
Danton Cole in over the Vancouver line. Drops it back. A shot blocked by Merzen. Out comes Nedved. 3-on-2. Nedved moving in. Shot. Good save by Essenza. Picking the wrist shot by Nedved out of the air.
4:23 remaining. The score, Vancouver 2, Winnipeg 2. We'll have more Canucks hockey right after this. Well, it's been a big jump from junior hockey for Peter Nedved. 10 goals in 60 games this year, but I'll tell you, he pulled the trigger on a wrist shot using Carlisle one-on-one kind of as a screen. And that was a great glove save by Bob Essenza. Good glove save because there was a little bit of an opening there on the short side.
Steen and Nedved face off in the Winnipeg zone with 4:23 left on the clock. Jets win the draw. Frederick Olofsson back in the net. Pass up the middle to Steen. Failed to get out of his own zone. Momesso kept the puck in. Nedved poked at it. Oh, it scooped over the net. Dave Capuano with a great chance. Capuano put it over the net. Winnipeg start back. Puck shot in the Vancouver zone. Gamble out of his net to stop it. Capuano stick handling very coolly at the side of his goal. Working out of his own zone. He can stick handle. Capuano to center ice. Capuano going in, knocked down by Carlisle, who did a fine job to take him off the puck. Steen plays it on the right to Olofsson. Poke check by Momesso. Hey, it's a dandy, isn't it? Can you stand overtime? You might get it. 3:39 left on the clock. Nedved a long shift on the left to Momesso. Winds up, couldn't get the shot away, and Steen goes to the puck. This line is tired, and they'll have to try and get off. Nedved's out there for a very long shift. Now Olofsson dumped the puck in, and both teams make changes.
Well, that Thomas Steen has really played a lot of ice time, too. Every time you look down there, he's on the ice for Winnipeg.
Now the puck goes over the glass into the crowd. 3:17 left. Cole in the first period on a power play. Sykes early in the second gave Winnipeg a 2-0 lead. Momesso on a power play late in the second period, and Cliff Ronning at 4:51 of the third have scored for Vancouver.
This is the final regular season game for the Vancouver Canucks. Game number 80. Tied at 2-2. 3:17 remaining. What do the Canucks do? Do they hope that Edmonton can handle Winnipeg on Sunday if it ends in a 3-3 overtime tie? Do they gamble, pull the goaltender, try for 2? I don't think so. I think they're trying to take their chances with Edmonton. What they want to do is win it right now.
2-all tie with 3:05 left. Play in the Winnipeg zone. Essenza out of the net, scoops the puck around on the boards. Kept in by Diddick. His shot hit a leg. Lume's shot deflects wide. Bozak hauled down by Donnelly going after the puck as the play goes on. Now the puck is out to the neutral zone. Lume pokes it away there. Donnelly picked it up. Hard pass bounces into the Vancouver zone. Jyrki Lume back to get the puck with 2:42 left on the clock. Long pass intercepted by Scott Arneal on the right boards. Lost the puck to Lume. Lume's at center. Moving into the Winnipeg zone. Getting set. Passes it off. Linden centered it. Oh, Ronning couldn't get the shot. And the puck is taken in back at the net by Marchment. Marchment coming out for Winnipeg. A long right wing pass. Eddie Olczyk breaking in on Lume. Olczyk getting in. The save made. The rebound shot wide. Good chance for Marchment, but he put it off the target. Good action, frantic action with 2:12 left on the clock. Puck into the Vancouver zone. Hughes taken to the boards by Merzen. Linden tried to take a pass from Courtnall, couldn't get control of it. Carlisle just inside his own blue line with the puck. Long pass bouncing into the Vancouver zone. It escaped Merzen, but Gamble comes out to scoop the puck aside. Evans going in deep to forecheck on Curvers. Puck is turned over, came back to Carlisle. His shot knocked out in front. Oh, it almost went in, but it dribbled aside as Gamble dove back at it in the crease. Vancouver back the other way, but they go in offside at the Winnipeg line. 1:39 left.
Is this a beauty or what? You talk about chances at both ends. So close as these teams are letting it all hang out. Carlisle with a bullet of a shot. Looked like it changed directions, hit the post, and then went out the other side. Eddie Olczyk with a great burst of speed. Lume was tired. He was able to fight off the check of Lume. Gamble had to go down. Marchment, this guy isn't known for his hands. Anybody else, and it's game over right there, and he misfired on the shot. So now we've got some mouthy penalties. You know, there's been a lot of clutching and grabbing, Jim, in this game, particularly Winnipeg in their zone of late. And Andy Van Hellemond, 41 years old, a most experienced official, and he knows how important the game is. And Winnipeg is smart, I think. You know, when they're in trouble, grab guys, do what you can.
I'm not sure what the argument is about here, but there is quite an argument. Van Hellemond first went over and talked to Pat Quinn at the Vancouver bench, and now he's arguing with Winnipeg players and coach Bob Murdoch. And the Jets seem to be very upset, but I don't see any penalties up on the board.
You know, I think it might be that the Jets thought maybe they had a goal. That's the only thing I can think of, Jim. I think they were robbed down there at the other end, that Gamble maybe slid across with the puck or something. I'm not sure. Doug Lister is now talking. Lister's beeping. There might be some penalties here.
Yes.
I don't know.
And there are going to be penalties of some description here with 1:39 left on the clock. I'm not sure if what the argument is. We'll just be guessing right now, but Steen as the captain and Carlisle, the veteran, over there talking with the officials. Doug Lister listening in as the Canuck representative.
Well, you'd hate to think it's going to be a soft or a cheap penalty, because Van Hellemond, quite honestly, I think has called a good game tonight. A lot of people say, well, you should call it all the way with the clutching and the grabbing. Uh-oh, there it is.
A major penalty, a high stick cut a Vancouver player. Scott Arneal's getting a major.
Scott Arneal, 5 minutes.
Arneal is very upset at the Winnipeg bench. We didn't see the incident, but it's a major penalty to Scott Arneal for high sticking. Of course, it would carry into overtime if there is overtime. 18:21 is the time of the penalty.
Well, you know, we're having trouble, too, with this is a simulcast with our television crew getting a replay. We're trying to hunt to see what happened, but the call has been made. Bob Murdoch is trying to settle his team down. He looks at him, he says, guys, just cool it for a minute. He's talking to Van Hellemond. Again, we make the comment that you hope it wasn't a soft or cheap penalty. A high stick certainly isn't. This is a major blow to the Jets. However, Vancouver has had trouble with 5-minute advantages this year. And Winnipeg, remember this, the second best penalty killing in the entire NHL. And it's going to be called upon right now to really come up big in the last minute and 39 seconds of this third period. And the major will carry on into the overtime if there is an overtime.
We never did pick up who was cut by the high stick.
Well, we think it was Steve Bozak who got cut.
He's standing up at the Vancouver bench.
And you know who made the call, apparently? It was not Andy Van Hellemond, but I think it was Swede Knox, the lineman, is the information that's been passed along to me. John McKeechee, the BC-TV broadcaster, sitting here working and giving us some stats tonight. John doing a good job. But Bozak, we're taking a look here now on our monitor, and Bozak, all we see is his helmet right now.
So it's a major penalty to Scott Arneal, 5 minutes for high sticking. We're not sure who he high sticked. Winnipeg gets possession in the neutral zone. Cole bringing the puck in on Lume. Cole's shot hit Lume, bounces to the side. Canucks on a power play late in the game in a 2-2 tie, and he's going to call a Vancouver penalty here. Do you think this might be an even upper?
Well, sure. It's even up time. Trevor Linden is going to complain like the Dickens here, and he's going to tell Trevor, put a zipper on it. Trev, 20 years old, will be 21. If the Canucks make the playoffs, he'll be during the playoffs, April the 7th. Danton Cole making a nice move on Curvers to get around him. Lume now sliding over.
It was on Linden in behind the play.
Interference. He called interference, I think, on the play. He calls it holding. But Trevor Linden thinks it's a soft one. So that's a 2-minute minor to Linden. There's still 4 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in the major penalty to the Jets. Arneal for high-sticking Bozak.
So the Canucks had a very brief power play. And I think Andy Van Hellemond doesn't want this crucial game decided on a power play on any kind of a controversial call. So he was looking very hard to find one, and he found one to even it up.
You know, Jim, here is something else to pass along, too. This game, the winner goes on to the playoffs. The losers, they're finished. But you know what? This is $1 million game, give or take $100,000 either way, because these two teams, if they make the first round, that's how important it is in the playoffs for hockey clubs. And Bozak, right under the left eye, clearly cut. He's got a little Band-Aid there to close the bleeding. He might need a stitch, but he's not going to take any stitches now with 1:27 remaining in regulation time.
And that was far too close to the eye. Just under his left eye, there's an obvious scar where Bozak was clipped. They're announcing the final score from Los Angeles, and the Kings have won, defeating Minnesota 6-5. So Los Angeles now has a comfortable grip on first place in the division. And it might turn out that that last game between the Kings and the Flames won't be the one that decides first place.
Well, I think right here, anytime you're in the closing seconds, we talked about face-offs. Steen has been great on face-offs tonight, but he loses this one to Larionov.
Lume with the puck back of the net. We have 1 minute and 22 seconds left in the third period. It's 2-all. Teams at equal strength at this stage. Canucks having some difficulty in their own zone. Now Larionov comes out. He's at center. At the Winnipeg line. Cutting it on the right side. Turning on the right board. Scooped the puck towards the net. Essens had covered it up. And the play was allowed to continue as he shoveled it aside. Diddick moving in, but the Jets come out. Steen on the right side at center. Into the last minute of the third period. Steen moving in on Lume, who slowed him up. Diddick goes into the corner after the puck. Puts it on the boards to Bozak. Steve Bozak coming out. Rink wide to Larionov. Right side at center. Larionov along the Winnipeg line, winds up, shoots, it deflects wide. Puck taken by Olofsson of the Jets. A long pass too far ahead for Elenick, and Doug Lidster starts the other way. Right side at center, turning back to his own line, looking for a little help as they're making changes on the fly with 30 seconds left. Puck shot in wide of the Winnipeg goal. There'll be no icing as the puck went through the edge of the crease. Randy Carlyle chases it to the corner with 20 seconds left in regulation time. Puck bounces to the neutral zone. Lidster swept it aside. Picked up by Harin. Harin into the Vancouver zone. Bumped along the boards. Turned around. Gets up after the puck. 8 seconds left. Carlyle keeping it in. Carlyle's shot bounces off the leg. Here's Olofsson at the right point. Winds up and shoots. Picked off by Gamble. Thrown into the corner. There's the horn. Can you stand it? It's OT coming up.
Isn't that the way it's supposed to be? Right down to the end, nail-biting time. Very quickly, we'll tell you the overtime records of these two teams. The Jets have 1 victory, 1 loss, and 11 ties in overtime this season. The Canucks, 2 wins, 3 losses, and 9 ties in overtime.
There's the third period in the score after regulation time. The Vancouver Canucks 2, the Winnipeg Jets 2. Stand by for sudden death time.
The overtime face-off is brought to you by OK Tire and the Toyo 600 Plus 4 high-performance all-season radial. OK Tire and Toyo are driven to perform.
Winnipeg led 1-0 after 1. Winnipeg led 2-1 after 2. Cliff Ronning scored at 4:51 of the third period to send this game into overtime.
And that's why the Canucks are alive here in the overtime. Ronning with a beautiful play on a rush up the ice, made a good move, gave it to Linden, back to Ronning, and he one-timed a good hard shot. And that came at 4:51 of the third period. Canucks originally were down 2-0. Momesso got their first goal. That was it late in the second period. And then Ronning was able to get the only goal of the third.
So we go into sudden death overtime. Vancouver with those 2 overtime victories. Winnipeg's had 1. Last year, these teams played in 4 overtime games in their 8 meetings. And the Canucks won 2 games, lost 3, and tied 3 in their 8 against the Jets last year. But 4 of them went overtime, so they know what it's all about.
Well, Winnipeg's only win in overtime this year was against the Edmonton Oilers. It was a 1-0 hockey game, and it was in Edmonton.
Now, if this game should end in a tie, these teams would be still tied in points. Vancouver's season would be over, but they'd have an extra win over Winnipeg, which might be a factor. Winnipeg plays Sunday in Edmonton. And in that game, with a tie or a win, would thus move into the playoff spot. That's if this game ends in a tie. But if there's a decision in overtime, the winner of this overtime wins the game, wins the spot into the playoffs.
Well, the last time the Canucks were in overtime, they won it. Jeff Courtnall, the winning goal against the Los Angeles Kings, and the Canucks won that game 5-4. And remember when that was? That was St. Patrick's Day, the 17th of March, and that's the last time that Troy Gamble had been able to play goal. Troy Gamble has played well. Here's this kid with all those head injuries, wanted to play, got the call from Pat Quinn, has performed very, very well, stopped 21 of 23 shots, and equally as good tonight, Bob Essenza was allowed only 2 goals himself, and the Canucks have had 32 shots, so he has stopped 30 tonight.
As we start overtime, the teams are 4 skaters aside with the penalties to Arneal and Linden in effect. Arneal's is a major, Linden's is a minor. There's 24 seconds left in Linden's minor, then the Canucks will go back on the power play in overtime. Housley back at his goal with the puck. Starts out on Essence's right, plays it on the left to Thomas Steen as the 2 veterans bring the puck out. Steen carrying it on the left side for Housley. Couldn't catch up with it, and the puck is cleared to center ice. Newman takes it there. Waits for Housley to get onside, dumps the puck in. Now Vancouver has the man advantage as Linden comes out of the penalty box. Canucks on a power play in overtime. Arneal has 2 minutes and 42 seconds left in his major. Ronning at center with the puck to the Winnipeg line. And a great job by Carlisle to break it up. Old Randy Carlisle's coming up with a big game tonight. In comes Trevor Linden, cutting in on goal from the left. Turns on the left boards halfway in. Left point to Lume. Right point to Curvers. Curvers winding up. Plays it across ice to Linden. Out to Lume. Shot. Oh, tipped out the goal post. Hit the base of the post. Ronning took a high hit from Olofsson back of the net. Puck goes to the boards. Lume moves up to keep it in to Ronning in the corner. Ronning in traffic along the boards. His pass hopped over Linden's stick. Puck is back out at center. 2 minutes left in Arneal's major. 3:39 left in overtime. Ronning coming in on the right. Put the puck off the boards as he's hauled down. And the play goes on as Danton Cole threw Ronning to the ice. Ronning up with the puck again. Played it back to the point to Curvers. Shot hit a leg. Ronning winds up. Shoots. Oh, it went high. Puck bouncing on the boards. Lume moved up to keep it in. Olofsson blocked it near the corner. Failed to roll it by Linden. Linden's pass intercepted. Linden got the puck back. He shoots. Score! Trevor Linden! Courtnall might have deflected it. Vancouver wins 3-2. Vancouver goes to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Great play by Trevor Linden, winning the battle along the boards, lost the puck momentarily. There was little Ronning to put it back to Linden, but Courtnall looked right to the net, got the stick on it, deflected it by Essenza. The Canucks have grown up tonight. Great pressure game, down 2-0. They win it in overtime, a heartbreaker for the Jets. I feel for them, they played a great game. The Canucks with the power play goal. Linden and Ronning will get the assist. They're giving Linden the goal, but I think that just Courtnall had tied it. Who cares? The Canucks are going on to the playoffs. Listen to this crowd at the Pacific Coliseum. Jim, it's been a turtle derby, but it was a beauty tonight, wasn't it?
Great game, and we'd still like to know who's getting credit for the winning goal in overtime. I haven't been able to hear any announcement in the crowd.
Well, they put up on the monitors here that Trevor Linden has scored the goal. I certainly like to have another look at it.
Here's the announcement.
His 33rd of the season.
It's Courtnall.
Scored on the power play in overtime by number 10, Jeff Courtnall.
Wow, we were right on. Because I thought Courtnall got a piece of it. Linden with a good shot. But you know those goal scorers, they know how to make big plays at the right time. Courtnall going to the net. But little Ronning played a terrific game tonight. See, that line was just super for Vancouver.
So the winning goal is Courtnall from Linden and Ronning at 1:49